What?
Turn on the damn music!
Welcome back, everyone. Along with the last Angry Grandpa Iceberg, I also saw this one, the Supreme Angry Grandpa Iceberg. And since the last video did so well, thank you by the way, and a lot of people voted for this, here we are. So let's dive right into it. The sky. A casual is a person who has recently discovered Angry Grandpa's works and finals. You may know a lot of these if so. I'm going to blur the ones already covered in the last video, unless I have extra information to add to them. Grandpa served in the US Army. In a video titled, Angry Grandpa Before They Were Famous, Michael McGrudden mentions how Angry Grandpa served in the Vietnam War.
Angry Grandpa, well, he was the son of an abusive war veteran growing up dirt poor in South Carolina. He had a full head of gray hair at a young age, and even prior to that, well, he too would go fight in the army. He was in the Vietnam War.
However, this is a very common misconception. In a video called Angry Grandpa Veterans Day, there are many comments thanking him for his service, even though he never said he was in the war. He said he had friends in Vietnam, and never did he say he was in it. But why did Michael McGrudden say he was a veteran? In this tweet, McGrudden said whatever was in the video is what Angry Grandpa and Michael told them. So, could it be that Angry Grandpa used his stolen valor? Merchandise. I mentioned this topic in the first video, but Just5120 made a pretty good point saying that it probably was a reference to how Michael released merch immediately after Grandpa's passing. The merch would say, "Angry never dies." This is one of the things that Michael gets the most criticism for even to this day. AGP movie. There is an IMDb page called Angry Grandpa the Movie, short 2014, with one single cartoon photo of AGP. The directors are listed as Adam Haskell and Preston Hutcherson. I found a video called Angry Grandpa 2 trailer by Preston Haskell, and on the same channel there is a video scheduled for December 15th, 2014, which hasn't been posted. The channel is called the Angry Grandpa Movies, and it is subscribed to a channel called Adam Haskell. The videos are 9 years old and it looks like the kid is a teenager. Keep in mind, there is no actual footage for this movie. I think they just made it up for attention. There is, however, a channel called Angry Grandpa Movies with 16 movies that are basically all the videos on the main channel compiled together. Farts trope. Angry Grandpa's insane farts are a recurrent theme throughout the show and are a prime characteristic of Angry Grandpa. It's hard to find a video of him on the main channel that doesn't include a fart. Oh. To emphasize even more, there are even compilations of his farts. Michael even reacted to a fart compilation on his channel. And there is also a fart compilation posted on the main channel. Drama Alert. Drama Alert is the pop culture news show hosted by Keemstar.
This stupid fucking justice, all fucking righteous fucking nigga!
I'm focusing.
The lie detector, the hood nigga lie detector, the test.
And Angry Grandpa has been featured on it a couple times along with Michael. Events such as the blackmailing by Dylan as FTW, the LSD incident, and the Tina Dandridge drama were covered on the show. Michael seems to be very good friends with Keemstar, hanging out with him on several occasions. Boogie2988. Boogie2988, aka Stephen Jason Williams, is a YouTuber known best for his character Francis, a heavyset man with a speech impediment, a very short fuse as well.
You keep calling me fat online! You're kidding!
Judge.
God. What the shit? What the shit is what the? Why are you? I want a Mountain Dew! I want my goddamn Mountain Dew!
He is friends with KidBehindACamera. Boogie2988 interviewed KidBehindACamera in an interview called KidBehindACamera Exposed, where Michael Green reveals a lot of previously unknown information about Angry Grandpa and his family. Boogie2988 would also have features in McJuggerNugget's collab series. Angry Grandpa actually reacted to a video of Boogie2988 where he attempted to impersonate him by having a freak out over missing Mountain Dew. This video pissed Grandpa off and he went around the house expressing his hate for Boogie to the whole family. He then went in his room alone and mocked Boogie.
I don't like people make fun of me, goddammit. I'll kill that coffee. Make fun of me, goddamn gobble net looking motherfucker like a goddamn turkey. Fuck. Fucking. Get out of here! Get out of here!
I could go into a lot more depth about Boogie, but this is a video about the Supreme Angry Grandpa Iceberg. Though I will say that Mike Klum made a documentary about Boogie2988 called The Dark Sad Life of Boogie2988. And it looks really interesting. Y'all should go check it out. The Garbage Burrito. The Garbage Burrito starts with Grandpa screaming at Michael and Bridget because his burrito from Taco Bell is missing. After rummaging through the trash, Michael finds it and serves it to Grandpa, in an attempt to recreate the Garbage Dog prank. The Garbage Dog was an older video on the channel, where similar events happen. Michael finds a hot dog in the trash after Angry Grandpa freaked out about losing his hot dog. And just like the Garbage Burrito, Michael served it to him, which Angry Grandpa does not like.
Motherfucker, don't take a cold.
Then heat it up.
A box blow up.
Then throw it in the trash, Dad.
Fuck you.
Heat it up and then
I'll take it.
Just heat it up and eat it.
Grandpa takes one bite into it, not noticing the cigarette before taking another bite, which he then gags and throws the burrito on the table. He then starts destroying his dining room and painting the room with the burrito's contents.
Fuck you.
Alright.
I want a burrito. Get on your bed.
Okay, I'll go to Taco Bell. Okay, what kind of burrito? Anybody got a pen?
This video is where the profile picture for the channel actually comes from. McJuggerNuggets and the Psycho series. McJuggerNuggets is the online alias of Jesse Ridgway. He is an extremely popular content creator best known for making skits and web series. He has made series such as My Virtual Escape, The Devil Inside, and its most popular series, the one that made him famous, the legendary Psycho series.
I played Grand Theft Auto. I know how this works.
Holy shit.
No.
Holy shit.
Holy crap! Oh! You made me this way!
The Psycho series stars Jesse Ridgway, his brother, Jeffrey Ridgway Jr., and his father, Jeffrey Ridgway Sr. The story is centered around the conflicting relationship of Jesse and his psychotic father, and 90% of it is recorded by his brother Jeffrey. And this series is honestly a marvel to me, and an important part of YouTube history. I really recommend watching it. The Walking Dead Prank. The Walking Dead prank is currently the 4th most popular video on Angry Grandpa's channel. In this video, Michael wakes up Grandpa early in the morning and turns on the TV to a fake broadcast of 2 news anchors reporting zombies eating people alive in South Carolina. Grandpa looks outside to see a bunch of zombies walking around. This makes him panic, and then a noise can be heard from the back door and a zombified Tina can be seen entering the dining area. After she leaves, Grandpa and Michael decide to escape through the front door to the van where Grandpa thought he would be eaten by the zombies. Michael reveals that it is a prank, and Grandpa becomes extremely upset and murderous and chases Michael into the trailer. Angry Grandpa is seen yelling at Michael through the window.
You are mine! You are mine!
This clip would become used in many memes on TikTok and Instagram. Boeing eviction. The first Angry Grandpa video started in Trailwood Trailer Park. In 2012, the aircraft company Boeing bought their trailer park. This left many residents in the trailer park without a home, since many families were unable to move their trailer. However, Grandpa and some of his neighbors were fortunate enough to have the ARC community find them a new home. Before this would happen, Angry Grandpa tried to protest the eviction in a video called Angry Grandpa vs. Trailwood Trailer Park. This video would serve as a call to action in order to prevent Boeing and the Trulux from kicking everyone out. Grandpa goes around the trailer park interviewing residents asking about their opinion on the eviction. There was a video on Grandpa's Corner titled The Remnants of a Thriving Family, where they go back to see what was left of Trailwood. Angry Tina the Neighbor. In a video called Grandpa's Neighbor 4th of July Blowout, Michael is recording Grandpa talk about the 4th of July, but his neighbor keeps interrupting him from our property.
Start over.
Terry,
Start over. Hold on.
about grilled meat.
I'll cut.
Would you mind?
Stop. Stop.
Would you shut the fuck up?
Stop.
This pisses Grandpa off and he starts cussing at her, and this makes her come around to his trailer. This is when we meet Tina Dandridge.
Yeah, everybody knows her name. Her name goddamn Tina.
Tina and Grandpa exchange several words before she chases Grandpa inside his house. Tina would be featured in many pranks against Grandpa, like Grandpa kills Tina, the Bloody Mary prank, and his neighbor moves in the prank. Despite their initial conflicts, Angry Grandpa and Tina turned out to be pretty good friends. You can see in this leaked phone number prank video where Grandpa and Tina are having a smoke in his house and laughing.
I'm Bill Tucker.
You sick fucking guy. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
And here's another clip that shows their inseparable friendship.
You can?
Shit. Goo.
Oh, that's
It's alright, we got y'all, didn't we?
Yep, sure did.
Are y'all together or not?
You decide. You think about it.
yeah.
Who's I go with?
Hey, while you think about it, we're eating some macaroni and cheese, big boy.
And a goddamn piece of chicken.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Michael.
Oh God.
Grandpa's Sweet Tooth. If you've watched even a little bit of Angry Grandpa's videos, you'd know that he loves his candy. There is even a video called AGP Angry Grandpa Candy Moments by Vampy Kitty AGP. In this video, Angry Grandpa can be seen displaying homicidal ideation when his candy is touched. On the topic of Angry Grandpa's love for candy, I want to play a clip from this video. In this video, Michael has Angelo and Mike make Grandpa think he is getting a bunch of candy, but when it is revealed he wasn't getting any, he goes crazy. And this clip where he knocks over the candy gets me every time I watch it.
More pecan pinwheels, and you can't have any. They're all for Michael.
I'll be goddamn.
Oh, my stuff.
I'll be goddamn.
It's all mine.
They're taking the fuck out of my house.
Ray William Johnson. Ray William Johnson is the host of the now discontinued Equals 3 show. This was a YouTube series where Ray would show 3 videos and comment on them. In a video titled All Caps Rage 2011, one of the videos featured on the show was Angry Grandpa's Pecan Pinwheel Rage, one of the earliest pranks. Michael made Angry Grandpa react to this video. Angry Grandpa became especially angry when Ray William Johnson called him Santa Claus and when Ray called the video scripted.
You're thinking, why the f is Santa Claus there going in?
What the fuck? You son of a bitch!
So, with all that in mind, my guess is this video's fake.
What? Fake! Goddamn! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Cooking with Grandpa.
If you want to cook with Grandpa, all you need is a goddamn hammer and a pound of bacon.
Cooking with Grandpa is a series of videos on both the Angry Grandpa Show channel and the Grandpa's Corner channel. He makes some of his own recipes and old recipes he learned from his life, like his mother's sour cream pound cake, hamburger pie he learned in the fire department, and his own recipes like candy bar egg rolls and breakfast lasagna. This series started in Trailwood and it was formerly known as Grandpa's Kitchen. In a lot of these videos he demonstrates abnormal cooking techniques.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay! Oh!
Jesus.
Hold on, let me get some of that out.
You put them in there.
What? That don't seem right.
What seems and what is are two different things with you, ain't it?
Too soon. You fucked it up.
shit. Me or you.
You gonna rip it up like that? Watch what happens. Watch what happens to your chicken. What?
Swiss cheese.
Last time I checked, Swiss cheese had holes in it.
Yeah, but I wasn't eating none since the goddamn pack. That's good enough.
So it's
Cat food burrito prank. The cat food burrito prank was originally posted to the main channel, and it starts with Michael walking into the house with a bag of Taco Bell and Grandpa demands that he wants some. Grandpa eats a normal soft taco and then tries a burrito containing cat food. He vomits into the sink several times and then throws the burrito everywhere. This video was shortly removed from the channel, and I assume that is due to the scenes with Grandpa vomiting. There is a YTP of this video, and I'm only saying that because it still cracks me up to this day every time I watch it. Here's a clip from it. I think it's really funny.
Goddamn cat food! Motherfucker!
oh, it stinks.
Oh, goddamn!
Mia Nicole Green. Mia Nicole Green is the firstborn child and daughter of Michael and Bridget. The tip of the iceberg. An intermediate is a person who has been in the AGP community a year or two. You are invested in his history and works. DK Rack. DK Rack is a YouTuber whose channel consists of reaction videos. He is on this iceberg because he reacts to a lot of Angry Grandpa videos. Delayed videos. Delayed videos refer to how some videos are released after they were scheduled to. These videos are Hurricane Irma, Angry Grandpa Destroys iPad Pro, The Greatest Birthday Gift Ever, Happy Birthday Angry Grandpa, and Angry Grandpa Tries to Cronut. Angry Grandpa Wiki. This one is self-explanatory. If you watch my last video, I mentioned that a couple times in there. If you're really interested in the Angry Grandpa, you should check it out because it really is a treasure trove of information. Racism. This was an entry covered in the last video, but I have some more information. In the last video, I said that the racism allegations stem from the Border Patrol series, but there are also clips like this.
Watch out for a gun. Watch out for the guns. Get the fuck out of here, Dad. Damn, boy. I kept looking for an Uzi to stick out of here. Bow, 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 bow. I don't think they take care of people like me here. I'm getting out.
This.
No, I called the right goddamn company. You knew it, you goofy son of a bitch. You knew I called the right goddamn number. You don't want to fuck with me because you're in another goddamn country. I work at the Quickie Mart. I work at the Quickie Mart. Let me tell you, motherfucker, you're gonna talk to me.
And this.
You got an anger problem.
What you gonna do with the trailer?
I've already sold it. I sold it to a Mexican.
A video by Roasted Studios tries to dismantle the claim that Angry Grandpa drove civil rights marchers in his car because she couldn't find any newspapers of it. It's possible that a smaller company published it, so I don't think that is enough to say Angry Grandpa is bluffing. Even if he was racist in the past according to these clips, I believe that AGP is a kind soul with a big heart who truly changed his way of thinking to become a more tolerant person. Mind you, this is just my intuition talking, and it's completely possible Michael just stopped recording the racist outbursts Grandpa had. Vagina spider. A vagina spider is a concept created by Angry Grandpa. The word is usually used when he is talking about his ex-wife, Tina.
Mama, if she changed her body with a supermodel.
Hell no, she got vagina spiders. I can't be fucking
No,
with
if
that
she's changed with a supermodel, she would not.
shit. Vagina spiders are gonna still live there. I know, hell no.
I know. If
According to Grandpa, vagina spiders crawl out at night and bite you. To me, vagina spiders sound like a reference to crabs. And by crabs, I mean the STD, pubic lice. KidBehindACamera profits off of Angry Grandpa's death. I mentioned this earlier in the iceberg. Shortly after Grandpa's death, Michael released merchandise with Angry Never Dies on it. Boogie2988 actually asked him in the interview about it.
48 hours after he dies, you have a t-shirt that says, "Rest in peace, Grandpa." Is that a real thing? Is that a real t-shirt you had?
yeah, it's a real. That's not me. I don't design the t-shirts. That was Broadband TV.
The excuse he gives doesn't make any sense because he still included them in the description of the RIP Angry Grandpa video. However, he said Grandpa was the one who wanted to do the tribute shirts, and Grandpa would be completely okay with the merchandise because he was a YouTuber at heart, and a common quote from him would be, "anything for a video." While the previous claims can be debated on whether they're ethical or not, the following are despicable. Michael posted videos such as "We're selling Grandpa's dream car," "Grandpa's ashes were stolen," and "Angry Grandpa's dream car was destroyed." All obvious clickbait titles, which are nothing short of disrespectful and exploitive of Grandpa's passing. In Angry Grandpa's dream car was stolen, the Chevy Bel Air is shown covered in food and fast food wrappers. A lot of fans believe that it was Michael who did this and not somebody else, like it is said in the video. And if that is true, that is just completely disgusting. The Tin Can Challenge. The Tin Can Challenge prank was a video featuring Charlie, Tina Dandridge, and AGP. The video starts with them sitting in Grandpa's dining room with several tin cans on the table. A container with pieces of numbered paper goes around with each number corresponding to a can on the table. Whichever number is chosen is the can they must open and eat. You can probably imagine how disastrous this video was. There was so much vomit. They opened up a canister Stroming, for God's sake. This video is obviously removed for all the vomit. However, it has been re-uploaded several times. Grandpa smoking when he was 10. I partially covered this in the last video under the AGP abused by his father entry. In a video called Rollin' with Grandpa, Michael asked Grandpa how old he was when he first had a cigarette, and Grandpa said 10. He then talks about how he was caught, and his dad made him smoke an entire carton to punish him. Grandpa's Corner. Grandpa's Corner is Angry Grandpa's personal channel where he posts cooking videos, rants, stories, Mailbag Mondays, and other day in the life content. Lights Out. Lights Out was a 4-part series in the early days of the Angry Grandpa Show channel. In part 1, the video starts in the dark with Michael asking Tina what happened with the light bill money, and she tells Michael she went Christmas shopping with it. Michael discovered that she bought Elvis mugs with it. Grandpa pulls into the driveway, and when he gets inside he starts cussing at Tina because of her unwise purchase.
You dumb motherfucking bitch! What do you mean you ain't been a good... Hey!
They considered getting a hotel or motel, but decided they couldn't since Grandpa smokes and they'd be kicked out. In part 2, the family is still sitting in the dark eating their dollar menu items, except Tina, because Grandpa was so pissed at her that he bought her nothing. Michael and Grandpa go outside and they find Tina's sister and her husband in their car. Tina's sister just laughs at their predicament, which is pretty fucked up. In part 3, the family tries to sleep in the van, and the storm that started in the last part makes the temperature drop to 23 degrees Fahrenheit. In part 4, Michael says he hears noises coming from the trailer, and Grandpa says they are probably just the cat. Grandpa farts, which makes everyone get out of the van and go outside. Michael decides he's going to go to Bridget's house, and around the time he leaves, the camera dies and the series ends. Instagram account. The only accounts I could find on Instagram were fan accounts. It looks like there isn't an official account, since the only Instagram accounts linked to the YouTube channel are Michael's and Bridget's. No Bridget intro. On the KidBehindACamera channel, Michael sometimes makes his intros with just himself. They're usually made with Bridget chiming in and saying, "Bridget was here!" The funny part is that some of these are made at the request of fans. You can add that to the Bridget hate topic. Angry Grandpa subreddit. This is just mentioning the existence of the Angry Grandpa subreddit, which isn't very active besides a post every couple of days. AGP's ego on being famous. I had to think about this one for a minute to figure out what it meant, but I did find videos to give an answer. The first one is a video titled "The End of the World Prank." While everyone is panicking about how they need to get out, Angry Grandpa yells,
You gotta fuck you! Gotta get me out of here!
which indicates he knows how important he is. Another instance of this is in Angry Grandpa's Most Daring Meltdown, where Michael tells a story about whenever AGP would come back from errands, he would complain about the fame and that fans were all over the place.
It's the summer months of 2010. The Angry Grandpa Show channel is newly created. And for some reason, Dad thinks that he's a star. We had about 500 subscribers in 2010. And anytime that Dad would leave the house, he'd come back. Mate, this fame shit, it's got, like, seriously, I can't go, the fans are crawling all over the place. And I'm like, Dad, man, nobody recognized you. Come on, you know that. We got 412 subscribers. Nobody recognized you, okay? Now, thank God, as Grandpa got older and started really transitioning to becoming a YouTuber, he stopped having that ego. But there was a period of time where Dad was like, mate, I think I'm gonna be on an MTV Movie Award soon. I'm like, what? You gonna be the MTV Movie Awards? How?
Donald Pee Wee Gaskins. I did cover this in the last video, but there is a really interesting piece of information that I want to include in this one from that same series of videos.
Well, one day they were going down, they were walking down the corridor of the prison, and he didn't like one of them guards anyway. Well, Pee Wee had swallowed a razor blade. and they were going down the aisle, you know, the corridor of the prison. Old Pee Wee pulled that razor blade up out of his damn throat and cut that goddamn guard's throat. Pee Wee wrote me a letter one time while he was in prison. Sent me one of his pictures. Johnny Green, I miss you. Well, you motherfucker, don't you miss me, because I ain't got a goddamn thing to do with your motherfucking ass, you serial killing son of a bitch. I don't even fucking know you.
One more part from the third part of the series, and this one is even crazier.
A few years later, they closed the old prison, you know. Been there for 100 years, you know, and they gonna rebuild it. They gonna tear it down, make condominiums. So they were doing a tour, and me and the youngins went on that tour. I took Michael and Charlie in there, you know. Now this is where old Pee Wee Gaskins used to live. We look up there on the wall, and there's a big motherfucking pentagram on the wall. And my oldest son said, "Dad," I said, "What, Charlie? Ain't that your name in the middle of that motherfucker?" I said, "Oh my God, that little son of a bitch done put me in a pentagram on his wall in prison. Motherfucker hated me. Woo! I'm glad that little short shit dead."
AGP is Mike's grandpa misconception. In the Equals 3 video of Angry Grandpa, Ray William Johnson wasn't sure if Grandpa was Michael's grandfather or father. Another case of this was when Michael got an email from True TV asking to feature Grandpa, and they thought AGP was his grandfather. Michael states that it is a common misconception. IMBD page. If you search the name of the main channel followed by IMBD, you'll see an IMBD page listing the runtime of the show with a list of actors. This was obviously created by a fan. Grandpa's Motorcycle Escort. This is the title of the latest video on the Grandpa's Corner channel. In it, Angry Grandpa is taking a ride in his Chevy when a biker gang drives by and recognizes him. The bikers escort him to an area by the water where they all have a little meet and greet and take a nice photo. Thomas Green. AGP has a profile on an online family tree website, and you can trace his family tree back to a person named Thomas Green, who was born between 1575 and December 3rd, 1611 in England, which, if true, is genuinely insane. I don't know how this website works, but knowing who your great-great-grandfather from the 1500s was is crazy. Why Michael can't drive. Michael can't drive because he doesn't have a driver's license. No, but seriously. In a video titled, "Why Doesn't Pickle Boy Drive?", Michael explains his phobia of driving. I'll let Michael explain this one.
My phobia for driving started when I was a kid. Dad and Mom and I, that would sound very robotic. Dad, Mom, and I, we were out driving around. I believe I was in like the 3rd or 4th grade. Let's put it this way. I was listening to the Power Rangers audio tape in the cassette player. We were on our way to dinner, and Dad and I and Mom, we were all talking about what we were gonna get, and then we got hit by a drunk driver. Just smashed into us, and the guy took off, and Mom had to get airlifted to the hospital. It was a bad accident. And, you know, ever since that, I would always have flashes. Oh God, the accident. And then, not long after, we had a friend get hit by a car. He got hit by a car and he died in December 96. We watched him get hit by a car and he died in front of us. And immediately kicked back in. I had this fear of, you know, cars and what they can do. And, you know, from there, it just grew, and like, oh God, you know, if I drive, I'm gonna fucking kill something or hit something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There were a couple times that I did try to drive. My brother Charles, he was like, all right, get in the car, you're gonna drive. I'm like, I don't wanna do this. It's just around the neighborhood. So I get into his car and I'm driving and he's screaming, oh God, you're gonna kill somebody. By the end of it, the car drives into a ditch and he's fucking pissed. God damn it! And here I am. I told you not to let me drive. And it was ridiculous. And I've always had this underlining fear. My cousin Chris, he let me drive and almost hit somebody there. And from there, I'm like, I'm just not driving. And I guess the phobia got much worse and increased last December when Bridget and I got into that car accident. We're sitting there driving. I look out the window, see this car coming, just bah, and I copy prank versus prank again. I apologize. We got into a car accident and it terrified me. And yeah, so that's why I don't drive. You know.
Dung. Doug is the nickname of Doug West, aka Bridget's dad. He was given this harsh nickname after he got into an argument with Bridget about not getting paid for the YouTube videos, and then said he wanted nothing to do with the family if they lost the baby. This enraged Michael and they wrote him out of their lives. In 2019, it was said Doug would not appear in future videos, but in 2022, he was in a video called The Confrontation with Doug. Also, in a video called Doug Was Arrested, Michael talks about how Doug would be arrested due to allegations involving children. However, Doug said on his YouTube community that he was not going to be arrested. Before all this drama, Angry Grandpa and Doug were really great friends. Doug would attend many cookouts and generally be around Grandpa. Angry Grandpa and Doug first met in a prank where Michael made Grandpa think Doug was his biological father. Unfortunately, during the making of this video, Doug passed away due to a heart attack. Bridget made a statement saying how she hated how their relationship crumbled towards the end of his life, but she still misses him. Rest in peace, Douglas Brian West. Bridget's princess nickname. The nickname Princess was given to Bridget by Angry Grandpa because he thinks that she gets whatever she wants from Michael. Boogie2988 won Game Awards 2016. This one is just a reference to that exact event happening. I apologize for some of the boring content on here, but I must cover it. Charlie Green III. Charles Marvin Green III is Angry Grandpa's oldest child. He would have rare appearances in videos from the Creekside era and appeared a lot more frequently in videos recorded in the new house, since he moved into it along with Grandpa. As you all know, everything went downhill after the LSD incident, which I briefly covered in the last video. The thing is, Michael actually forgave Charlie after the incident, letting him back into the pool house to gather his things. They had a good relationship once again until Charlie went live and started making death threats towards Michael.
You hear me, Michael? I'm not 100 miles away from you, dude. And I know where you live. And you want to keep running your mouth? You want to keep acting up? Then I'm going to come to you.
In 2019, he had another meltdown while live streaming, threatening his relatives again and showing his genitals, causing his Twitch to get banned. Currently, it seems that Charlie is married to a woman named Erica and claims to be a changed man. This seems to be a cycle with Charlie, him saying he has changed and then another rant happens. If you want to know more, Kiwi Tapes made a very in-depth video about the history of Charlie, which I really recommend checking out. The shallow waters. An investor is a person who has started investing in AGP's history and events. You have dived into the shallow waters. What will you find next? Seducing Bridget's mom. There's a video on the KidBehindACamera channel titled Sleeping with Bridget's Mom. This video was originally posted with the title Seducing Bridget's Mom, then changed to I'm in love with Bridget's mom, and then changed back to the current title. Bridget vs. Kim. Bridget vs. Kim is the title of a video posted on the KidBehindACamera channel. I think the reason this video is on this iceberg is because it's probably the most obviously fake video. The terrible acting makes it obvious, and the unknown person holding the camera at the end really sells it. Honestly, the acting is so bad that it feels like it is meant to be a skit. The comments are also filled with criticism about the terrible acting. International dubs. When I was first searching for this topic, I found videos of Bowser, but instead of his voice, it was Angry Grandpa. The same thing with Donald Duck too. Then, I found re-uploads of Angry Grandpa's videos, but with Spanish subtitles and a Spanish title. So I assume that's what it's referring to. The Mach family. I briefly covered this in the last video under the entry Mike's House is Haunted, but I did find some information I feel should be added. If you look up the Mach family on YouTube, you'll find a video called John G. Mach and Family Easter 1991. And I think this could be the Mach family found in the photos in the attic. The timeline definitely fits, and the man with the red polo shirt looks like it could be the person in one of the photos. Also, I can't tell for sure, but the background definitely looks like it could be in Michael's yard or backyard. Mike's House is Haunted. I want to go more into depth with this one because I left out a lot of information. There's a channel called Cherry1880 which has a playlist centered around paranormal sightings in KidBehindACamera's house and Angry Grandpa's house. Some of the paranormal content featured on this channel are sightings of shadows and voices heard in vlogs. In my opinion, a lot of these are reaches, like this here. Apparently this is supposed to be an apparition of the 11-year-old Elijah Mach who was said to have passed away inside Michael's home. Let me know if you can see anything because it looks like just a bunch of pixels to me. Angry Grandpa shat his pants at a gas station. In a video called The Story Angry Grandpa Does Not Want You to Know, Michael tells the story about how Grandpa and him were at a BP gas station and Angry Grandpa tried to fart, but instead defecated his pants. Feces began to run down his pants and everybody in the gas station saw him and he ran to the bathroom out of embarrassment.
His angry grandpa decides he's gonna fart right there with people around him, and when he farts, all of a sudden, oh shit. Oh shit, my goddamn britches. We look, and the shit is leaking on the floor of the gas station.
Don't tell a story like that! Are you sick?
I don't know if you were sick. There was something wrong. You were leaking shit. The angry grandpa was leaking shit
Body fluid!
all over the BP floor. Everybody around it was looking like.
I went to the bathroom, I blew out all over the walls.
I don't know about that part. I didn't see that, but I can tell you now, there was shit all over the floor, and it was cleanup, man.
You need to stop that!
Angry Grandpa destroys PS4 McJuggernuggets version. McJuggernuggets and his dad made a parody video of Angry Grandpa destroys PS4.
My God! Dude!
Dad!
Oh my God!
I think it's especially funny how Jesse and his dad stuffed their shirts with pillows to be as accurate as possible to the original. Grandpa banned from Walmart, Shoney's, Cece's Pizza, etc. I already talked about him being banned from Cece's Pizza. Or did I?
Breaking up all these plates. I've got guests.
I bet they won't need this too.
Sir, I need you to
I bet they won't need this too. I bet they won't need this too. I bet they won't need this too. I bet they won't need this too.
Okay.
I don't think I mentioned he was banned explicitly, but it should have been obvious. Also, this is a perfect time to talk about this video, Pizza Hut. The video is exactly 30 seconds long and just shows Grandpa enjoying a slice of pizza from Pizza Hut. The context is that this was made immediately after the Cece's Pizza freakout, and the purpose of this video was to provoke Cece's, which is absolutely hilarious. In a video called Grandpa Gets Kicked Out of Shoney's, Michael tells a story about how one morning he was at Shoney's with Grandpa and one of Grandpa's friends. Michael describes how Angry Grandpa ate mountains of food, so much food that he was asked to leave. Keep in mind, he came to Shoney's during breakfast and stayed until lunch. This request causes Grandpa to flip out, and ironically, he didn't have to pay for anything.
Comes back. Sir, we're actually gonna have to ask you to leave because he didn't really get into any explanation. We're just gonna have to ask you to leave. And Dad, huh? Oh fuck no, motherfucker! I'm staying my fat ass right here, and I'm gonna eat me some more goddamn motherfucking bacon. How about that? The manager's shell shocked. He's just, well, sir, the thing is, no, the thing is, motherfucker, that you ain't asking me to leave my goddamn seat, cause I'm paying for this fucking meal. Long story short, another couple people came out. Dad had to leave, but we didn't pay. We did not have to pay because Dad wasn't going to offer any money. Well, fuck it, you won't have me to leave. I ain't paying a goddamn thing. This was all I could eat. Not all you say I could eat, motherfucker.
Here's a story of why Grandpa was banned from Walmart.
And he had this giant buggy just filled with just shit he didn't need. So, instead of the lady putting the bags in the buggy, she starts sitting them on the floor. And Angry Grandpa's already getting angry. He's, ugh. So he has to start putting them in the buggy himself. And as he's pulling himself out of the store, a loaf of bread falls on the ground and he steps on it as he's walking. This made him flip out. He reaches in the bag and picks up a jar of jelly and he throws it against the wall and it just sprays everywhere. Jelly, and there's glass. And the door greeter, she was like, oh my God! Next thing you know, the manager walks up. And the manager asked Dad if he would leave the store. And that's when Dad flips out, because if you ask Dad something like that, he's already not going to be happy. So after the manager asked Dad to leave the store, Dad walks up to the wall where the jelly is and starts rubbing his hand in it, then grabs the bread and starts smearing a piece of the bread with the jelly and goes to eat it. Hey, motherfucker, I'll eat me a glass and goddamn jelly sandwich. That's word for word what he said. Now, the manager tells Dad he needs to leave the store. Dad still doesn't leave. And there's a lot of cars. Dad instead starts screaming about how it's because he's white, it's because he's poor, and Obama this, and at this point, security walks up, and instead of walking Dad out the store, they walked him to the back, to the other side of the store.
And another one from the same Walmart.
The next story comes when Dad went to the tire center because he needed new tires on the van. He goes out there, and there's a guy walking out of the tire center as he's walking up, and Dad says, "Hey, I need to get some tires." The guy, the dude's attitude was rude. He looks at Dad, and he says, "I'm on my break." So Dad proceeds to stalk the employee around the Walmart store. He's following him going, "I'm on my break, motherfucker, I'm on my break, I'm on my break." And he won't stop. Security comes back. They already remember him. They said, "You're not even supposed to be here." They kick him out of the store. They say next time they're going to call the police.
And one more from a different Walmart.
Angry Grandpa walks in there, and he goes to the deli section where they cut the meats and stuff. And he goes in, he orders about 5 or 6 pounds of roast beef. Now 5 or 6 pounds didn't fit in one of those packages, so they put all of his pounds of roast beef in like three different clear packages, but only labeled one with a price tag, and the price tag was like $35. He was already pissed off about that. When he gets something that's too expensive, he always does the same thing. Huh, goddamn, better be some good goddamn roast beef. So the roast beef was too expensive already for him. So we get to the register, and the lady doesn't see separate packaging markings on the packages, and I'm gonna call management. And so I tried to be nice. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, that's actually for one. They wouldn't fit in 3 packages, so they priced it for one." She goes, "I don't think you know what you're talking about." And Dad blew. He goes, "Let me tell you something, you goddamn bitch, motherfucker. I pay for goddamn." And he goes off on a minute tirade about how the roast beef was already too expensive, and now she's gonna charge him more, and how she's a fucking bitch, and how she's on welfare, and how Walmart must have hired her through the Goodwill system. Push come to shove, security came with the police.
There are also several other places he is banned from, like Sunoco, after he cussed out the staff because he was given a fake lottery ticket. And you can't forget the Artistic Ink tattoo parlor after the infamous tattoo prank, the PS4 bed with Grandpa and Michael. In Possum Stew Prank, Vomit Alert, towards the end of the video, Michael and Grandpa make a bet that if Grandpa doesn't prank him by the next day, then Grandpa will dress up like a woman and go to Substation and hit on Derek. If Angry Grandpa did succeed, then Michael would have to do the task instead. Michael lost this bet after Angry Grandpa pranked him with the PS4 treasure hunt. In this prank, he steals Michael's PS4. He puts several clues around the city that would help Michael find the PS4. And ironically, the PS4 was under the car seat Michael sat in the whole time. Michael performs the tasks promised in a video called Pickle Girl Seduces Derek. Grandpa decided to dress up as Elvis, just for the fuck of it, I guess. Angry Grandpa eats off a toilet. This one should really be Angry Grandpa eats out of a toilet. A now deleted video called Angry Grandpa Eats Out of the Toilet, Vomit Alert, starts with Angry Grandpa claiming his toilet is clean enough to eat out of. So, in order to prove this, he takes a can of SpaghettiOs and throws some in the toilet and begins to eat out of the toilet bowl. Almost immediately after, they find out Charlie took a shit in the toilet and Angry Grandpa starts throwing up. Grandpa's Walmart humiliation. After the main channel got 200,000 subscribers, one of the things Angry Grandpa promised to do was go to Walmart and wear a sign of whatever Pickle Boy wanted. This happened to be a sign saying, "I heart Obama," and "Elvis is sexy." PGP or Trump supporters. I did cover this in the last video, but I got comments saying that there was a video of Angry Grandpa saying supportive things about Donald Trump. This is in the Word Association 2 video, where Grandpa says,
Donald Trump. For president, 2012. Go Donald. What the fuck you looking at? Yeah, go Donald. Go Donald.
Y2K story. For the younger viewers, Y2K was a theory that once the year 2000 came, then a lot of issues would happen relating to the calendars of computers, since, at the time, computers displayed the year as 2 digits. For example, 1999 would be just 99. The fear was that when the year 2000 came, it would turn to 00, which made people think all their accounts would reset. And according to Michael, people thought the entire world would reset, sending humanity back to an age without electronics or technology. In a video called The Y2K Story, Michael talks about how in an attempt to lighten the mood after Grandpa's mother died, Michael was going to make the whole house think Y2K actually happened. So, the second it turned 2000, Michael cut off the power breaker and AGP starts freaking out.
3, 2, 1. Boom. Lights cut off. I was in the laundry room to cut off the power breaker, but I could hear Dad in the living room. Goddamn, Tina, it happened! It fucking happened, Tina! Oh shit! Dad's scrambling around the living room. Goddamn fuck! Oh shit, it's the fucking end of the world! Goddamn Jesus coming! Goddamn computer stop working! You can hear fireworks shooting in the sky behind us. Dad's going, what the fuck did you fireworks for? The work's over! Dad starts taking the food out of the fridge and putting it in a cooler that he had set up with ice. I start laughing my ass off. I couldn't handle it anymore. Here I am. Hey, Dad! Psh, lights on! And the look on Dad's face, I'll never forget. It was unlike any look I've gotten on a prank that I've gotten today. He looked at me. Dad does this right here. He looks at me. And he just explodes. You goddamn no good dick licking motherfucker. He goes on a rampage. He kicks the cooler with all the food in it. He takes this thing of canned jars that he had, stewed tomatoes and salsas and beans, and he chucks it at the front door for it to shatter in the yard. He slams the front glass door and it shatters. He was absolutely livid that I would shut the breaker off.
Grandpa wouldn't talk to Michael until 3 days after this prank. Cooper C. Jones. In a video called The Man in the Blue Suit, AGP talks about how while he was at a house for calling hours for his great-grandfather, a man in a blue suit approached him.
And he said, young man? I said, yes, sir. And I looked at him, you know, he's about 6'1", 6'2", you know, real thin, long face, beautiful suit. Tie, had a gold, like a blue tie with gold stripes. So anyway, make a story short. I said, yes, sir. He said, young man, my hat blew under the house. Would you mind getting it for me? And I was clean, you know, but I felt kind of bad for him losing his hat, you know, an old man like that. He must have been about 70, somewhere along there. So I said, yes, sir, I'll get it for you. So I climbed my little butt down the stairs, you know, scoot up under the house, and come back out, and there he is. I handed him his hat. He said, thank you, young man. And he hung his hand out, and when he did, he dropped a silver dollar in my hand. And I said, wow, $1. So I go in the house, you know, and I'm flipping that silver dollar, you know, and I'm, you know, just, my dad says, where'd you get that money? I said, man lost his hat under the house and asked me if I'd get it for him, so he gave me $1. My dad said, no, you're not taking nobody's money. Let's go find him. So we went outside, you know, we're looking, and he ain't around. We look in the house, and he ain't around. And Grandma would ask me, she said, well, what did he look like? Because I know, you know, she knew everybody in town. And I told her, I said, he was about 6'1", 6'2", real thin, had a long face, you know, and beautiful blue suit. And my grandma just grabbed her mouth and went, and didn't say a word. And my mom said, Grandma, what's wrong? She said, and she went on about her business. About 15 minutes later, she come back, and she said, with a book, it was a photo book. And she's showing us the photo, you know, the book, and I opened up, she said, Charlie, can I ask you a question? I said, yes, ma'am, Grandma. She says, do you see that man in this picture? And I'm looking at him, you know, and I flipped the page, and there he was. There he is, Grandma. That's the man that gave me the $1. God, boom. Grandma hugged me. She said, Charlie, that's old Mr. Jones. He's been dead for 10 years. And he was buried in that blue suit and that tie. She said, save that $1. He came, he said goodbye to my grandfather, and his spirit disappeared. And I never saw the old man again.
Comedy Central at Midnight episode. In a video called Fat Kid Upset After Watching Himself on At Midnight, Michael has Bridget record him reacting to himself on Comedy Central. They showed the video of him flipping out over Batista winning the Royal Rumble.
Girlfriend, and then post it on Star Hip Hop.
Oh shit.
Michael!
Batista left for 3 years and I come back with the Royal Rumble!
Then they started making comments that offended Michael.
This guy's girlfriend filmed this. There is no reason why anyone should be single ever.
What does that mean?
There is clearly someone for everyone.
I would have put my husband in a different t-shirt if I had known he was going to be all over the YouTube.
Oh my god.
In a different body, if I had known. He was very upset about defeat Batista.
Okay.
Which of the following real comments on this video received the most upvotes? A. Bra got a beard and toys. B. Some N-word I can't say. Wearing Rockefeller. Maybe it's the word Nutella.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Wearing Rockefeller shirts because that's the only brand that sells 6XL.
Ah, that's really fucking. That's not even a 6XL shirt! It's 3!
C. I have a feeling his house smells like Flynn's feet and dirt. C. The correct answer is, in fact, B.
Fuck this show! Fuck Chris Hardwick! Fuck Comedy Central!
Michael starts having another freak out in the same room he had the original freak out.
I'm crying, see?
And you shit to nobody!
I have tears going up my head. What are you doing? No, Michael.
I hope they cancel Walking Dead so he don't got no job on Talking Dead! How about that shit? Fuck Chris Hardwick! Fuck that stupid show!
Why Grandpa hates Christmas. The reason Angry Grandpa hates Christmas is because 2 weeks before Christmas, his dad got into a terrible car wreck and his mother passed away on Christmas morning. Videos were originally posted on Break.com. It's true. Angry Grandpa started on Break.com. The exploding cigarette is a video you can find on YouTube which was originally posted on Break.com. Same thing with Angry Grandpa Ruins Christmas 2007. Other videos from Break.com are Michael scaring his nephews with a Freddy Krueger mask and Tina reacting to 2 girls, 1 finger. Those 2 are currently lost, I believe. Michael's alter ego. Michael has multiple people he has played, but I believe this one refers to Shannon, a very sweet lady who loves the holidays and goes overboard on each one. Michelle is another alter ego of Michael. She first appeared in a video called Meet Pickle Girl, where Michael lost a bet and had to dress up as a woman and goes to Deuce Derek while ordering a sub. Another significant time would be when he catfished Grandpa by creating a fake profile on OkCupid and scheduling meetup at Grandpa's house. Grandpa figures out it was Michael all along and he becomes extremely disappointed. Another lesser known alter ego of Michael is Officer Johnson, a police officer with a speech impediment.
Hello, Bridget, this is Officer Johnson. I need you to get back to the scene of the crime as soon as possible or there's going to be a bench warrant out for your arrest.
No!
Ma'am?
No, there's no case, no.
Ma'am, we need you back to the scene of the crime as soon as possible. If you don't get here, there's going to be a bench warrant out for your arrest.
The only instances where this has been used by Michael is when he's pranking Grandpa. Michael dropped out of school. In several videos on the KidBehindACamera channel, Michael has mentioned how he's a high school dropout. He dropped out of high school because his family moved too far away. AGP's fear of snakes and rats. There's a video on the Grandpa's Corner channel where Grandpa talks about how he hates snakes and mice. He even tells a story about how somebody he knew tried teasing him with a snake, and in return, Grandpa shot him in the leg.
What? I never told you that story?
No.
Oh, when I shot the fellow brought the snake over the railroad track.
What?
That's another story.
What? I gotta hear this. What are you talking about?
I was about 21, and I was working at a place that had this wrecking yard, and there was a railroad track. This dude from the work with me at the day, I think, hey, look what I found. He found a black snake, and he was dragging it behind him. And I told him, motherfucker, don't bring that snake over here. He said, oh, ain't nothing but a black snake. I said, I'll tell you now, motherfucker, you bring that snake any closer to me, I'm gonna get my gun out my car and I'm gonna shoot you. The motherfucker wouldn't. He laughed, ha, 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 ha. I got my 22 out and I shot him in the fucking leg.
There are also several videos about Angry Grandpa hunting for mice in his trailer. I don't think a real mouse is ever shown on camera though. We also see his fear of snakes in the Gaboon Viper prank and the hunting for the Gaboon Viper video. The Middle of the Iceberg. An unusual is a person who has enjoyed AGP for quite a while now, 7 to 5 years or so. You have dived into the waves. This is where things start to get obscure. The Confederate Soldier. In a video called The Confederate Soldier, Angry Grandpa tells a story about how he was at the Battery in downtown Charleston when he was young, and while he was playing he saw a man in a Confederate uniform.
Mom and Daddy brought us out here one night. Used to like to come to the Battery, you know, at nighttime. Especially in the summertime, it's hot. It was about the same area, right by this cannon. And we walk in, you know it. I'm playing, I'm a little fella, I'm about 10-year-old, 10-year-old. And I come running down through the Battery. Where the man is over there, you can't get into there. But there was a man in a Confederate uniform right here. And
like you saw a person standing there?
No, honestly, I saw he was standing here. I mean, full flesh. And he was standing here, and he had this damn thing that used to, like you would light these motherfuckers with, you know? And I thought it was some kind of reenactment, you know? So I was standing over there and I watch him, and he's just doing this. Back and forth. He was just standing there, he just stood there. I mean, he had the uniform, the hat, everything. So I said, damn. Well, I didn't say damn, but I was too little to say damn. I said, Mama, Daddy, look, they're having a war here. Dad said, they ain't having no war. Where? I said, I got a cannon over there. He said, how do you know? I said, because there's a man with there's a Confederate soldier standing there with a thing lighting the cannon and making it blow. Dad said, show me, son. Dad, we come around here. Wasn't nobody here. Daddy started asking people about it, and they said, well, ain't no Confederate soldier been around here. And one little old man came from over there. He says, you saw Private Jones. And I said, he was a Confederate soldier? He said, yeah. He was one of the Confederate soldiers that was shooting at Fort Sumter, right? And when Fort Sumter was firing back, the bomb blew up the cannon and he died. It blew him up. And they say you can see him every now and then here lighting this cannon, shooting bombs over to Fort Sumter. True story.
Grandpa supports legalizing marijuana. Here's a clip from a video called Grandpa Returns to the Flea Market.
This is my favorite. One day our state is going to legalize weed and we can actually be happy. But check all this out. He's got everything you need.
Sued by Boeing for eviction video. I did say I couldn't find any information for this in the last video, but I did find something. u/Winona_the_beaver said that they weren't sued but did receive a cease and desist letter. That's basically a letter saying, hey, you need to stop what you're doing. That explains why we haven't seen any pranks about Boeing since. And the same Redditor made a very good point. If they were actually going to be sued, this video would have been gone a long time ago. Grandpa is a non-denominational Christian. In a video called Angry Grandpa's Religion Rant, AGP states that he believes in God, he believes in Jesus, he believes in heaven and hell, but he doesn't believe in the church. He dislikes how they manipulate people and steal their money. Ironically, Angry Grandpa used to be crazy religious. In a video called The Marilyn Manson Story, Michael tells a story where after Marilyn Manson said,
"My fellow Americans, we will no longer be oppressed by the fascism of Christianity. And we will no longer be oppressed by the fascism of beauty." Because I see you all sitting out there trying your hardest not to be ugly, trying your hardest not to fit in, trying your hardest to earn your way into heaven. But let me ask you, do you want to be in a place that's filled with a bunch of assholes?
This caused Grandpa to smash the TV and rip the Marilyn Manson poster off of the wall. Angry Grandpa even went to a protest with a bunch of other Christians since Marilyn Manson was going to have a concert in Colombia. This made the concert get cancelled. However, Angry Grandpa has stated that he no longer hates Marilyn Manson. 2012 Sandy Hook Incident. The Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting was a mass shooting on December 14th, 2023, where 20-year-old Adam Lanza killed 28 people, including himself. 20 of these people were children between the ages of 6 and 7 years old. The reason this is mentioned is because of a video on the main channel called The Newton Elementary School Shooting. In this video, Michael is recording AGP watching the news report on the shooting and he is emotionally expressing his thoughts. He tries to destroy the TV but is stopped by Michael and then goes outside to have a smoke. An aftermath video posted on the KidBehindACamera channel called The Newton CT School Shooting shows Angry Grandpa hugging its grandchildren and telling them he loves them. AGP fanfictions. This one is self-explanatory, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these are strange and don't make sense at all. Most of the ones on Wattpad aren't fanfictions at all. They're just stating facts. If you search the name of this entry, you'll find everything you need regarding this entry. One of these fanfictions actually has its own tier on this iceberg, and it really does deserve it, so I will mention that one later. The Somerville Light. On the Grandpa's Corner channel, there's a video titled The Somerville Light, where Angry Grandpa explains a paranormal encounter he experienced in his youth.
The Somerville Light is a legend here in Somerville. There was a railroad track. And every night this conductor would go to this one part of the track, and the train would slow down, he would jump off, and his wife would come to meet him and with a lantern every night. I'm getting wet, Michael. With a lantern every night, and then walk him back home around midnight. So she went to get him one night, and he fell off the train. And when he fell off the train, his head went onto the track, and the wheel cut his head off, his body. Well, when the old lady got there, she found his body, but she didn't find his head. So every night she goes, they see that light coming to the railroad track, and there's no railroad track there anymore, it's been gone. But she would go there, you see that light every night, come way down there in the road, you see a little flicker of a light, and then all of a sudden that light, right up on you. And it's her looking for his head. So anyway, we're out there, you know, and might know this is a true story. It's a Somerville true legend.
Were you drinking this night?
No, sir, I wasn't drinking, and I wasn't smoking no dope. So we're out there in the pickup truck, and I'm in the back with the dog. And all of a sudden, we sit there about an hour goes by, an hour and a half, 2 hours go by, nothing happens. And I'm like, Matt, let's just go home, man. I'm cold. There ain't no such thing as Somerville Light. And all of a sudden, Max said, oh, shit. It's cool, so they got the truck running to keep the heat on inside the cab. And Max said, look, look, look. Boy, and I looked down there, and it was looked like a little light. You know how a candle... Motherfucker.
I had to do it.
Michael, you ate right, motherfucker.
Finish your story, Dad.
You mind if I put my heart back in my chest?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't know where I was. Anyway, Max said, look, look. And I looked. You know how candlelight flickers, Michael?
Yeah.
It was like a little flickering light. And I said, damn, just a little light. By the time I got it out my mouth, that light was over our fucking truck. It was like vibrating real blue, you know, boom, boom, boom. It got over the truck, and the truck just cut off. There was no power to the truck. All the power was gone. And that dog, and every hair on that dog's back was standing straight up, and he was looking at that light, Michael. He was looking at that light like, oh my God, oh my God. And that light stood there for like 5 minutes. And I'm going, oh my God, I couldn't move. I couldn't jump out the truck. I couldn't do a damn thing. Nobody could. And that dog, man, was like moaning like it was hurt or something. And all of a sudden the light went, poof, gone. And then the truck just cranked. And from this day on, I can honestly truly say, I saw the Somerville Light. I saw the old lady hunting for her husband's head. That dog really saw her, because that dog was scared to death. That's the story.
Have you seen my husband's head?
Fuck you, Michael. Go home.
Wait.
Go home. No, I'm through.
I'm gonna come in.
The Devil. There's a video called McJuggernuggets Destroys Angry Grandpa's Ashes on the McJuggernuggets channel, where Jesse gives Michael a necklace which apparently has the, I guess, spirit of Angry Grandpa in it. And when Michael wears this necklace, he becomes angrier. The video with the necklace is obviously a skit, so don't think this is something real. The necklace actually originated in a series called The Devil Inside, which started on McJuggernuggets' channel. Season 3 of the Devil Inside series is called The Necklace, where the necklace that Jesse gave Michael appears originally. Angry Grandpa video game. So, there are two things to mention for this entry. One of them is something I guarantee you haven't heard about. In a vlog called The Angry Grandpa video game, Michael is opening gifts from fans, and one of them was a CD for the Angry Grandpa video game. The title screen was a picture of the Angry Grandpa, and that was about the only element of the game that had anything related to Grandpa. Michael launched the game and it looked like a zombie survival game. There was another video by the same title. The game featured in this video is a mobile game which includes Angry Grandpa named Squad Rivals. Time for the second part of this entry. This is where I'll introduce someone I met on Discord named Zilchi, or Woyak Kami. He was actually the person who made the last iceberg I covered, and I will mention him later again. But back to the video game. Zilchi and someone else from the Discord server named Zyrex were working on a video game together featuring Angry Grandpa. Zilchi was nice enough to send me some footage, and it looks extremely promising.
There are one.
Unfortunately, while Zilchi and Zyrex were working on the game, they reached out to Michael for his opinion on some sprites for the game. For some reason, Michael just blocks both of them. Here's a screenshot of what Charlie had to say about it. Pause so you can read. You can imagine how devastating this would be to two fans who spent days working on this game, and the project is on hold until further notice. Perhaps if Zilchi and Zyrex see that there are people who anticipate the completion of this game, they'll continue to develop it. So, if you're interested in seeing this game, comment down below. I'll also leave a link to the Angry Grandpa Discord server, because a lot of the links on the wiki are dead. Delete.mp4. Delete.mp4 sounds ominous, but it's actually just a video Michael posted where he says, and this is crazy, he says that he has never made any clickbait content, and has all caps, never lied in his titles or thumbnails. Which, if that's true, Michael, did Bridget really cheat on you? Did you really sell your house? Are you really broke? Did you really break up with Bridget? You see my point. And just because somebody calls out something as clickbait doesn't mean they're a hater. Reversed videos. There are several videos on YouTube that show Angry Grandpa's destructions, but in reverse. The Angry Grandpa destroys PS4 video is especially funny to me, because it's like he's fixing the PS4 on the table. Here, I'll play a clip. Honestly, all of these reverse videos are funny to me, and I don't know why. There's just something about something being in reverse that's funny. Maybe it's because I watched a lot of YTP content when I was younger, and it's just ingrained in my brain. The video game intervention. Video game intervention Family Meltdown is a now deleted video on the main channel. This video was deleted during the Tina drama. The video starts with Grandpa, Michael, and Tina in Grandpa's kitchen, and Grandpa's complaining about Charlie's behavior while he plays games. Angry Grandpa mentions how Charlie's behavior is scaring him, and this sets Tina off, and she barges into Charlie's room and trashes everything. Angry Grandpa even breaks Charlie's glasses in the process. Smoke grenade. The smoke grenade is a deleted video from the main channel but has several re-uploads. In this video, Michael walks into Grandpa's house with a smoke bomb that looks like a grenade, but AGP thinks it is real. He sets it off and all hell breaks loose, and AGP goes running into the laundry room, and the whole house fills up with smoke. I just want to add one more thing. There's a Doritos Jacked bag on the counter here, and Pepsi, if you see this video, please, for the love of God, bring those back. They were so delicious. I hope anybody remembers them. Angry Grandpa predicted his own death. In a video called The Reason Angry Grandpa Hates Christmas, Grandpa said if anything bad was going to happen to him, it would be around the holidays. And unfortunately, it did. He died on December 10th, 2017, 15 days before Christmas. His father died 2 weeks before Christmas, and his mother died on Christmas morning. Michael even said there was a trend in his family of bad things happening around the holidays. Another instance I found where he predicted his own death would be in the Angry Grandpa Plays Would You Rather video. After Michael asks him, would you rather have the best sex once, or have sex once every 3 years? And Angry Grandpa said, the best sex once, because he may not make it another 3 years. The Hag. There are 2 videos on the Grandpa's Corner channel talking about the Hag. The way Angry Grandpa explains the Hag sounds a lot like a sleep paralysis demon.
Many years ago, I wasn't drinking, I was at my mama's house. And I was sitting in an easy chair. And all of a sudden, man, I couldn't breathe. It was like somebody took their hand, cut it on down. And I went, oh God, I was trying to talk, nobody could hear me. I tried to move, couldn't move.
Michael even pranked Angry Grandpa where he made one of Grandpa's friends, Morgan, wear a helmet and jump on AGP while he was asleep. In a video called Angry Grandpa Hates Harold Camping, near the end of the video, a figure can be seen behind a garbage can before disappearing. Later, Michael shows Angry Grandpa this clip in a video called Paranormal Activity.
You see it?
No. Ain't no damn ghost.
Watch right here.
Ain't no ghost.
Okay, relax. Look, see where the trash can is right there? Watch it. Watch that area. Watch where it shows trash can right here. Look.
Wait, whoa.
I'll pause it.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Watch this, it disappears.
No! No! What the hell is it? Oh my God. We hold it.
And Grandpa suggests that it could be the hag. The clip where this figure appeared behind the trash can actually went viral after Nuke Top 5s covered it. The reason I bring this figure up is because I want to debunk it. I'll tell you what I think the thing on the trash can was. Yes, on, not behind. It is the backside of a pigeon. Look at the feather pattern on this pigeon. Now look at the thing near the trash can. Very similar, right? And the reason you can't see the head of the pigeon is because it was about to jump down, just like this pigeon is about to do in this picture. I Must Destroy All. I Must Destroy All was a channel that Michael made where he wore a mask and pretended to be a demon named I Must Destroy All. The channel has videos showing Michael walking into Grandpa's house and going up to his door.
Again, until you are angry, Grandpa. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Bust my nut in the dirt I love.
Man, goddamn, that makes me motherfucking nervous as shit now.
He came up to our door, dude.
Well, who the hell put our goddamn address out there in the fucking world to see? Well, hey, this ain't fucking. No, this ain't fucking. I don't believe this shit, man. Motherfuckers in my house, seriously. Fuck this shit, Mike. It's getting too goddamn. Ah, man, fuck this. You need to call the police and show them this shit.
Michael would also taunt Angry Grandpa and speak with a distorted voice on this channel. This was all a prank on Grandpa. One of his best pranks I think he's ever done. Grandpa even tried to call the police at one point. The I Must Destroy All situation even became a mini-series on the channel, with 7 parts. However, one of them is hidden. Michael even posted a video on the I Must Destroy All channel of him revealing his true identity. Grandpa found this video on his own and starts flipping out and breaks Michael's Xbox 360.
What's this shit?
What?
You motherfucker! I'm going to the goddamn mouth! You got my goddamn license! What about this all about?
Wait, where'd you get this?
Whoa, no, leave it alone! Leave it alone! Get away! I want... The whole time I'm thinking that motherfucker had to get me!
This ain't nothing!
Man, goddamn! It's a goddamn prank! Goddamn motherfucker!
Chill!
It ain't no goddamn prank to me, bitch!
On your back. What are you doing? Oh, come on!
What are you doing?
That's my fucking Xbox.
What are you doing?
Yeah, boy, go away!
Hold on! What the hell is your problem?
I don't like I'm a destroyer!
Window Licker of the Week. Window Licker of the Week is the title of a video on the Grandpa's Corner channel. In the video, he rants about and criticizes politician Chuck Hagel for wanting to cut military spending. This video is pretty buried, but I think the reason it is on here is because it is one of the more controversial videos. Bridget and Jennifer drama. Bridget and Jennifer have a very long history of arguments and even full-blown fistfights. In a video called Family Meltdown, Bridget is in a shouting match with Grandpa because she doesn't want to pay his light bill. After they get into each other's faces, Jennifer comes out of nowhere and starts yelling at Bridget for getting in her dad's face. There is also a video called Bridget vs. Jennifer, where Michael tells a story about how in 2011, Bridget and Jennifer actually threw hands, and Bridget knocked Jennifer out cold, which is genuinely crazy. On the Kid Behind a Camera channel, there was an obviously fake series that revolved around beef with Bridget and Jennifer too. Princess video letdown. This is another one that I covered under a different entry in the last video, so I'll just cover it again. When the channel hit 200,000 subscribers, Bridget was told to wear a white gown with gloves and a tiara and to go eat at Olive Garden. She refused to do it since her, and this excuse isn't believed by many, refused to do it because her medicine for vaginal cysts made her gain weight and made her embarrassed to be on camera. Boogie 2988 Super Bowl commercial. I'll just play the clips from this commercial that contain Boogie. Charlie physically abused Bridget. Under the LSD incident entry in the last video, I talked about how Charlie punched Bridget in the face twice. He was actually asked this by Keemstar in an interview, and he denied hitting Bridget. This was obviously a lie, and he even made an apology video where he apologized for hitting Bridget in the face. Michael wears diapers. This one obviously isn't true, but it's a joke fans tease Michael with all the time. The rumor started in a video called Piggle Boy Wears Diapers. Bridget started a rumor that Michael wears adult diapers after baby wipes were seen in the background of a video. The wipes were actually for Clyde's face. Clyde is one of Michael and Bridget's dogs. Sadly, Clyde passed away on August 2nd, 2022. Michael and Bridget's age gap. In a video called How I Met Bridget, Michael states that him and Bridget met in 2008. On the McJuggernuggets wiki, it says Michael and Bridget met on November 16th of 2008. This would have made Bridget 15 years old at the time and Michael would have been 21. In America, that is really fucking illegal if they were to have sexual relations. Apparently, Bridget lied about her age and Michael found out how old she actually was at her birthday. Michael gets a lot of criticism for this fact. Michael is a psychic. In a Kid Behind a Camera video titled Family Secrets Revealed, Michael talks about how he had a journal where he would write predictions for the future. One of the things he wrote was an Eminem album. Keep in mind, this was written in 2009 allegedly. One of the tracks Michael wrote down was I Need a Doctor. And lo and behold, Dr. Dre released a song named I Need a Doctor, featuring Eminem and Skylar Grey. He also predicted the song Difficult, No Longer Afraid, which is close to Not Afraid. Now these ones could just be written off as fake, but these ones. In 2018, Eminem released an album called Kamikaze, and in this video, which was made in 2017, we see two songs, Paul, Skid, and M Calls Paul, Skid, which is a word for word what is on the album. That is just insane. Michael also predicted the cover of Eminem's 2010 album Recovery, with a sketch in his notebook. Other songs he predicted are White Trash Party, Love When You Lie, and he also predicted the Rihanna feature, Going Through Changes, Cinderella Man. He also predicted the deaths of B. Arthur, David Carradine, Michael Jackson, Brittany Murphy, DJ AM, and Patrick Swayze, and he predicted they would die in 2009. He even predicted the date and cause of death of Aunt Charlene, and the date of Bridget's grandfather. He also predicted Donald Trump's presidency. The Dark Waters. A master is a person who has known Kid Behind a Camera and AGP for a very long time, and have been thrilled along the way. Good luck. Roach infestation. This refers to how the Trailwood trailer was infested with cockroaches. On the True TV documentary, you can even see a cockroach crawling on the wall. Handicapped incident. On August 9th, 2018, Michael and Bridget had parked in a handicapped spot and got backlash for it because people thought they were making fun of disabled people. Michael then went on to insult a handicapped woman on Twitter. I cannot find the tweet, of course, because I imagine Michael deleted it as fast as he could, but here is a YouTube comment that confirms it happened. Angry Grandpa Vault. Angry Grandpa Vault is the title of a YouTube channel that posts old videos of Angry Grandpa. According to the description of the channel, the re-uploads are from 2007 to 2011. Angry Grandpa Radio. Angry Grandpa Radio was a radio station run by Angry Grandpa from 2010 to 2013. They would talk about future events and answer questions in the chat. They would even call fans and talk to them. The radio station went down due to lack of funding. It did come back on February 14th, 2013, but that would be the last time it ever did. I must destroy all even called the radio station, and that caused immense panic, as you can imagine.
What's wrong?
I didn't even hand this fucking phone up. How the fuck did he get it?
What are you talking about?
Somebody's calling. Hold on. How the fuck is he doing this?
Who are you talking about?
Angry Grandpa.
What?
AKA Charles Green.
What?
AKA my best friend in the whole
Oh my God!
world.
How did you get a number?
How are you doing?
There's a video called The Angry Grandpa Live Halloween Chat, where I believe he was on that radio station. Lost media. This refers to several lost videos of Angry Grandpa. This includes, but is not limited to, Grandpa Arrested, the fake bomb prank, the second part of the Cece's Pizza rampage, the Salt and Ice challenge, and Angry Grandpa, the true trailer park story. This one I want to expand on, because there's literally no way we will ever see it. This documentary was going to be an hour and 30 minutes long, but it got cancelled because Michael forgot he had all of the footage on his laptop before selling it. The only thing we have left is this preview.
Why are you up on face that camera all the time now?
Documentary.
Documentary?
Yes, it's the Angry Grandpa
Who
documentary.
the fuck wants to hear about an old grouchy motherfucker?
You combed your hair?
Yeah. Look good?
I guess.
I'm sexy. I'm fucking hot. I can't help it.
I'm 3 sheets to the wind, Megan. You don't know what I've been through today. First I lost my job, my friend OD'd, and now you're leaving me. So I go on with my life, pretend everything is fine, and I'll smile as I wave goodbye. Well, I still got this guitar and a bottle of gin and a sigh.
God damn, look at you gonna save anything for anybody else? God damn. Save something for somebody else, they might be hungry too. And you can take your dog home.
It's just a piece of ham.
God damn, but that's your full fucking piece of ham. You know, Michael, I used to sell peanuts in the House Park right there, remember? I sold peanuts, watermelons, cantaloupe. I'm in the back, see?
Yes?
I'm serious, man.
Okay, explain to the camera what you're about to be doing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Tell the camera.
I gotta take a piss, and there ain't no bathroom, so I'm gonna jump in the back of the van.
Oh my God.
Pee in a used coffee cup.
Speaking of the lost footage of the fall in Cece's Pizza, a person in the Angry Grandpa Discord actually found the clip.
I tell you what, you go back in there, you tell a little pretty boy in there. See that pretty boy with the blue shirt?
I will include a link to the Lost Media wiki of these videos where you can browse a list of lost videos. AGP on True TV and Discovery Channel. There was a show called Most Daring on True TV, and the Green household was featured on it. Michael talks about this in Angry Grandpa's Most Daring Meltdown. Angry Grandpa was also featured on the Discovery Channel. After the Discovery Channel saw Angry Grandpa's self-toe surgery videos and cyst removals, they wanted to include him because they were doing a special about people who performed their own surgeries. Here's some footage Michael showed in Angry Grandpa was on Discovery Channel.
All you brothers say that.
He's having his way with you.
Yeah, we need to take the room off. But I like dealing with the Brits.
It's good.
Yeah, I told Dad the British are coming. We just didn't know it was going to be so damn early.
You're on -12.
I'm -6 on the.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
He's ready to party.
Yeah, man.
He's not trying to fuck these American women. That's what he's not doing.
Those pictures have, woken me up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you wanted to come to America and catch an STD. I came to America and all I caught was this lousy AIDS.
Should have a t-shirt with that.
Yeah.
Not many people go to the doctor with their feet, you know.
Not in America, India.
Yeah,
How much does it cost to see the doctor, mate?
Look at that. Oh my God.
Leave my goddamn toes alone.
Oh, I didn't know they were that bad.
Why don't you go check the mail?
Oh, my check might be in today.
Yeah, mate. So go check the mail, shut up.
I just want to, oh, he's filming. Let me get a shot of this toe before I head out. Oh God. It's like a dilapidated house or something.
A dilapidated house.
It's like destroyed. So what's going on, Pop?
Hungry. I'm glad I got my voice back for this though. Give it a louder mo. Let me get that thing out of my face. Fat people can't get in the cars when the English drive like that.
Get you to sign your form.
Thanks out of enough over there, look at that. Show me where.
It's that one there.
What are you playing? Angry Birds?
Yeah.
Factory. Put another shrimp on the Barbie.
That's Australian.
Yeah, man.
Didn't have the shrimp on the bar.
Get your countries right.
Let's go get some blood pudding, love. Mate.
Hey, are you a Scouser?
Scouser.
You Scouser? Hey.
I like to go eat fish and chips.
Border Patrol series. I already covered Border Patrol episode 1 in the last video, so I'll just summarize episode 2 and 3. Border Patrol 2 starts with Angry Grandpa rummaging through his shed looking for a hammer. Michael tells him he gave it to Mexicans, and Angry Grandpa goes inside and retrieves a Border Patrol hat, and him and Michael drive to a, I assume, Mexican person, and the conversation Angry Grandpa and him have is inaudible because Michael stays in the car. The video ends with Angry Grandpa still pissed about his missing hammer. Border Patrol 3 shows Angry Grandpa hanging out with a Mexican person painting a trailer, and he is telling him how to do his job. Towards the end, Grandpa jokes about not paying him and paying him less than what he said he would.
Mexicans in Charleston, I gotta hire a crazy motherfucker. I told him 300. I bet I get away with 250.
OK Rick. OK Rick is another reaction channel, and just like DK Rack, he reacts to several videos of Angry Grandpa. TikTok re-uploads. This refers to several re-uploads of Angry Grandpa videos on TikTok, a lot of them coming from a very popular account named Angry Grandpa Clips. Charlie Badfish. Charlie Badfish, Charlie Cthulhu formerly, was Charlie Chill's first known YouTube channel. He would vlog on this channel and tell stories. The last video posted on this channel is titled Charlie Checking Out, where he explains that the channel would be ending because he couldn't verify his new phone with the channel. Angry Grandpa blanked Jennifer Green. This one is absolutely not true and is just slander. It's honestly disgusting to me how somebody could just make up a terrible rumor like this without any information at all. Anyway, I do have something to say, and I held off talking about this in earlier entries because it was so dark that I wanted to include it here. And that is that after the LSD incident, Kimberly Green spoke out and told Michael that while she was young, Charlie and his friend Mike Lou Allen forced themselves on her and Jennifer. Michael knew of this when he invited Charlie back into the family, which I don't know how you managed to forgive such a depraved action. Everybody seemed to be okay with Charlie, except of course Kimberly and Jennifer. Charlie denied the SA accusations on an interview with Keemstar. This of course was a lie, as he admitted what he did to his sisters in future rants. I want to bring back the Redman story for a second. When I first heard about Redman, I immediately thought of Hatman, a shadow figure primarily seen by children that suffer from abuse, specifically sexual abuse. The reason I bring this up is because I believe that the trauma Charlie caused Jennifer is the reason she started seeing Redman. The timeline is consistent since Jennifer would have been 10 or 11 years old at the time of the incident, and she said she was 10 in the Redman video. I just thought that was interesting. Fat Boy Get Down. There are several videos on the Angry Grandpa channel where Angry Grandpa has reacted or interacted with Fat Boy Get Down. His real name is Stephen John Asante, and you probably know him from this video. So you had to see that. Anyway, in February of 2023, rumors came out that he had died. His brother came out and said he was still alive. Steven's condition today is unknown. I just want to reiterate about the amount of content there is of Fat Boy Get Down. Like, there's a whole 38-minute compilation of it. They would even call on Skype at one point, and Fat Boy Get Down even pranked Grandpa. Original intro. I did cover this in the last video, but I did find one that I forgot to mention, and this one is older than all of them.
Grandpa, oh my god, the duties mean I know. Seen him blow over 50 other times before. Damage to the room he's in with a chair to throw.
Youngins GoFundMe page. In case you didn't know, Youngins are what Angry Grandpa calls his fan base. Now that that's cleared up, in a video called Grandpa Meets Super Sadie, Angry Grandpa does a meet and greet with a fan named Sadie who has fibromellar hepatocellular carcinoma, a type of liver cancer. This is a very cute and warm-hearted video of her and Grandpa hanging out at Frankie's Fun Park. In the description, there is a link to a GoFundMe page for Sadie, but the link is dead. This could also refer to something else since it is listed as NSFW. On October 21st, 2015, a Facebook post was made about a youngin who took their own life. The post expressed condolences and left a link for a GoFundMe. Pickle Boy name origin. In case you didn't know, Michael is constantly referred to as Pickle Boy. Let me play a video called How Pickle Boy Got His Name, 2007, and that should explain everything.
Some pickle juice, let's go. Let's get his ass a time. He never got him back. Get him back now. How's it feel to be a hamburger, motherfucker? I got him! I got him! Yay! Amen! Amen! I got him! Pickle boy! Pickle boy! I got him!
Michael was almost kidnapped. In a video titled The Time I Was Almost Kidnapped, Michael tells a throwback Thursday story of how he was hanging out at a gas station and a black van calls over to him. Michael walks up to the van and the man holds out $1 for Michael to get. The man drops the $1 near the van, and when Michael goes to grab it, the guy opens his door, but fortunately, Michael ran away in time. Kim snitched on Michael to Grandpa, and Grandpa whipped his ass, and that made Michael learn his lesson to not talk to strangers. Grandpa hallucinated zombies. Grandpa tells a story in a video called Halloween in the Graveyard, and since he's such a good storyteller, I'll let him take this one.
Me and some buddies, boy, we wanted to go into a graveyard one Halloween night. So we found one, man. It's the old Jewish cemetery down there off Magnolia Road. So we go in there, you know, and we all sitting around. We had a little fire going around the coffin, you know, around the grave site and everything, you know. We're talking about graves that were 150, 200 years old. And we decided, well, let's smoke a joint. So we smoked a joint and got a little buzz on, you know. Decided then to drop a little mescaline, you know. Took a little mescaline. So here we are in the graveyard. There's 4 or 5 of us. And all of a sudden, man, I ain't lying. Out of nowhere, bodies were coming out of the grave. The bodies were like, you seen these zombies? Ain't nothing like these creatures, man. They come out of the grave, and you can see their bones, and their veins were just dangling all in their bones. And oh my God! But I swear to God, I'm not lying, people. I sat there, and this one woman come out. She had on a wedding dress. And I'm looking at her, I'm going, oh God, oh God. And she says, where is he? I said, where is who? I am serious, people. She scared me. She said we talked, you know, and she was telling me how he left, he jilted her at the altar, and he had all the people there for the wedding, and he never showed up. The family was there. This is back in the 1800s, and she was so ashamed, and so afraid of what, embarrassed and all, that she went behind the church and she took a knife and she cut her wrist, and she bled to death, and they buried her in the same wedding dress that she was supposed to get married in. And here she is all of a sudden, 100 years later, and she's in front of me at this grave,
and I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And all of a sudden, other graves were opening up, and people were coming out of the graves, and they were like, oh my God, you know, I wanted to run. I ran into tombstones. I fell in a hole. I landed in there with one of, oh my God, I landed in there with one of the bodies, man. And the guy reached up and he grabbed me by the head, and he was pulling me down. Oh God, it scared me to death. I jumped up out of the grave and I ran. I ran to the mausoleum, and there were like 4 dead people standing in front of it, and they were ready to, they were like, come here, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But I learned a valuable lesson that night. I never smoked no more of that goddamn weed. That shit pumped me up. God damn.
So did you make all that up?
Hell yeah.
Oh, God.
Had some bad weed, man.
Weed? Are you sure it wasn't the mescaline?
Might have been the mescaline. No, that was a true story. I also fucked up that drinking that. I mixed weed, mescaline, and I was drinking Ripple wine. Them bodies were coming out the goddamn graveyard. They getting my ass.
Unblurred footage. I covered this in the last video, but I want to add something. When I looked up Angry Grandpa unblurred footage on Google, I got linked to Angry Grandpa response to YouTube, uncensored, posted by a different channel. So this entry might refer to that, or other videos that were posted on Break.com and LiveLeak. There have been instances of Michael blurring scenes where he is seen shirtless too. Some footage is also straight up cut out, and rightfully so. Like in Angry Grandpa vs. the Pumpkin 2 when he cut his finger terribly. And I mean terribly, like my God, there was so much blood. This was most likely fake though. I'm not a medical expert, but with how much he bled, he would have for sure needed some stitches. He did wear a cast in the video posted after, but I think if he had actually cut himself, then Michael would have vlogged the trip to the hospital. Picture incident. The picture incident refers to when a fan took this photo of Michael and Bridget at Walmart. The fan posted this on social media to hurt their feelings and to make fun of their weight. Rejected TV deals. In a video called Grandpa's Reality Show, Michael talks about how True TV wanted to give Angry Grandpa his own reality show. The catch with this, though, was that True TV wanted Michael to give ownership of the YouTube channel to them. This meant if anybody wanted to watch Angry Grandpa, they'd have to tune into True TV. This caused Angry Grandpa to cuss them out over Skype, and the TV show never happened. Bridget was arrested. In June of 2013, Michael was recording a rap song and became frustrated, so he screamed so loud it woke up Bridget. This caused them to get into an argument, and during this argument, their dog Bella scratched Michael. During their argument, the police knocks on their door. The police asks if Bridget was assaulting Michael, and this made Bridget yell. The police officer sees the scratches on Michael's neck from Bella and arrests Bridget. Bridget had a mugshot taken, but all charges were dropped because nothing happened. Pecan Pinwheels remix done by Vanoss Gaming. Vanoss Gaming, the extremely popular YouTuber with almost 26 million subscribers, used to use an old channel called Emix Productions. The only video on this channel is titled Angry Grandpa, Pecan Pinwheels remix. This also means this is the first video Vanoss Gaming ever made. Here's a sample of the video.
I'm fucking pinwheels!
The bottom of the iceberg. A guru is a person who has been here since the beginning. You have seen it all. These pieces of trivia will not be remembered. Driven down to a place of no memory, and no heart. You are trapped beyond the unknown. Lyric Cold Rap. Lyric Cold Rap is Michael's Twitter handle. It is also his rapper/stage name. There is also a channel called Lyric Cold Rap on YouTube where Michael posts his music. Korean fanbase. If you watched the last video, you'd know I couldn't find any information about this one, but I have some now, and unfortunately, it's made up. Zilchi admitted to them being made up in our DMs. This isn't the only thing that is made up either. The Stranded at Sea prank is too. The Mailbag Monday human organs was fake too. Bridget affair with fan was fake. At least the entry was. and Scrapped Gaming channel was fake too, even though I did find information for that one. However, in a second I will talk about something Jonathan told me in our Twitter DMs relating to the Mailbag Monday human organs. Angry Grandpa sleeps in car. If you search the name of this entry up, you'll find a creepy pasta. Let's read it together. When I was a teenager, I used to be a die-hard fan of the Angry Grandpa show. When my grandmother had died of a heart attack, watching Angry Grandpa was the only thing that brought me joy in my dark times of depression. Angry Grandpa's temperamental personality may have contrasted greatly with my grandmother's sweet and caring nature, but Angry Grandpa still had quite a bit in common with my grandmother in terms of common interests and the fact that they both shared the ability to make me smile, or rather, used to, you see? There was only one problem to my supposedly perfect placeholder for my deceased grandmother, and that problem was Angry Grandpa's son, Michael. Michael had always been a pretty sketchy individual in my opinion, as there had been evidence of him withholding footage in the past. He would gladly film his father going on a rampage, but when his mother, Tina, began to smash a baby stroller outside of the trailer in a fit of rage, he turned the camera off. He also refused to release a cooking video because he claimed that Tina was going off the entire time, and not to mention the night Grandpa and Tina got a divorce, Michael claimed that he had filmed the entire fight but only released 2 short clips of Tina opening and closing the back door along with Michael himself talking on his cell phone outside. If this alone is not enough to raise questions, there's also been evidence of Michael attempting to keep his fans from reaching Grandpa. I've tried to contact Grandpa via social media twice, but Michael responded to me on both Grandpa's YouTube account and his Facebook account with threats to block me instead of Grandpa replying himself. Shortly after, Michael removed Grandpa's Facebook account and let his father believe that he had closed it himself by accident while attempting to sign out. It all seems suspicious, right? As if Michael were trying to hide something about his father from the audience. Well, not many people know about this, but there was a trailer released for 2 new Angry Grandpa videos titled Angry Grandpa's No FNTV and Angry Grandpa Sleeps in Car. Curiously, these 2 videos were never uploaded and the trailer was removed immediately. Michael did, however, give another channel known as Angry Grandpa Archives permission to upload Angry Grandpa Has No FNTV onto their channel. Since Angry Grandpa Sleeps in Car had not been uploaded alongside this video, I decided to do some research of my own as I was tired of Michael withholding information from his fans, and I sought to find the truth behind this mysterious video. After posting a comment on the Angry Grandpa Has No FNTV upload, requesting the mysterious Lost Grandpa video, I was sent a private message from Angry Grandpa Archives that contained a mysterious link along with pleas to not let Michael know what was given to me. I clicked on the link, which took me to a buggy website that contained the video that I had been searching for so long. However, I noticed that this video seemed to be on a shock website, since I noticed a few other shock videos such as 3 Guys, 1 Hammer, and Bud Dwyer's Suicide. This only piqued my curiosity further, as I quickly pressed the video's play button. After a minute of buffering, the video finally began with poor quality close-up of Angry Grandpa laying on his back. At first, I could not clearly make out what he was laying on or in, but I feared for the worst as he appeared to be dead, and the beige background reminded me of a funeral home. Much to my relief, Michael knocked on the window, revealing that Angry Grandpa was merely sleeping in his car. What? Angry Grandpa shouted just before Michael opened the door to climb into the vehicle with him. The video played out as any normal Angry Grandpa video would, with Michael questioning Angry Grandpa about what he was doing and why he was sleeping in his car through stifled snickers, and Angry Grandpa going on a barely legible and profanity-laced speech about how cold it was outside and how he had no heat to keep him warm. I began to question why a mundane video such as this was even on such an exclusive shock site when Michael suddenly interrupted Grandpa's rant to complain about a foul odor. Michael exited the car to search for the source of the foul odor he claimed to smell as Angry Grandpa chased after him, screaming empty threats and what sounded to be warnings at Michael. A loud gasp suddenly erupted from Michael as he turned the camera down to reveal something that I desperately wish I'd never seen. Lying on the ground, near Michael's feet, was the bloated, rotten corpse of Frank, a black dachshund that used to frequently make appearances in a few of the older Angry Grandpa videos, until he had abruptly vanished without explanation after Tina had left. Flies swarmed his decaying corpse, a few of them pelting the camera lens as maggots devoured what was left of Frank's flesh. It appeared that Frank's death was no accident, as his head appeared to be smashed into pieces in purple. Chunky blood with the consistency of grape jelly coated his corpse. I could tell Michael was beginning to quiver at this point as the camera had begun to shake. Michael then turned the still shaking camera towards his father before screaming at him for an explanation. I got mad, was the only explanation Grandpa repeated to Michael. Michael threatened to call the cops before the video abruptly ended. Now I know what Michael has been trying to hide from the fans. Angry Grandpa's bipolar is more dangerous and unstable than he wants anyone outside of his family to know. I found this when I was researching for the last iceberg actually, and I thought it was real until I read the note at the bottom. Honestly, I don't blame myself because there were so many details that were accurate. Michael Myers channel. There's a channel on YouTube called Life with Mikey Show, which contains 7 videos. The videos are skits of Michael as Michael Myers, Bridget as Bridget Myers, and JC as Joshua Myers. Episode 2 of Life with Mikey is pretty fucked up, since there is this scene where he has 2 of his nephews on his lap, and they're clearly scared out of their mind. Angry Grandpa finds out he is on break. This video was originally posted on break, but was re-uploaded on YouTube. It shows Michael and the neighbor Chris walking inside to give AGP a Christmas present. After he opens it, they inform him that people saw the video of him flipping out during Christmas on break.com.
Turn that stupid shit down. What are you listening to?
Well, watch the camera.
Huh? Oh, we got you a Christmas present.
Yeah, we felt bad about Christmas, and we scrounged up a few dollars to be able to buy it.
Yeah. I guess getting it in now get better than you never getting it all up.
Yeah.
Ain't bad. You got money, cool. But what's it about? You ain't doing it just for this.
Oh, sure, why not?
I know y'all. Y'all don't do nothing.
You tell me.
Tell me what? I knew there's something.
No, tell him.
I knew there's something. What?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Alright. Well, that little episode you had, flipping out on us, flipping out on
I don't even want to discuss that. Forget it.
No, don't want to.
Well,
that'll over.
Not exactly over.
What's funny?
We posted it on the internet.
You did what?
Posted it on break.com. It's this real popular website.
So I get what? Few hundred people see it?
Actually, it was close to 600,000 people.
What? Are y'all fucking crazy? Damn, fuck this shit.
You gotta cut that shit. Man, fuck yeah. No, shut up. Stop.
Y'all, man, y'all make me look like an asshole.
Stop.
Y'all make me look like an asshole every time. Y'all make me look like fucking white trash, and I'm tired of it, man. The neighbors even around here.
Just get in your fucking room.
Man, fuck you. Why don't you get your fucking... Hey, man. Y'all kiss my ass.
Damn, no, kiss my ass.
Yeah, y'all kiss my
That
ass.
bitch hog. I fucking hate you. God damn. That fucking... See that bullshit? Yeah, that fucking all over my...
Are you okay, Mike?
And you told me you would flip out after we told
Well,
you.
I never thought he would.
This is the most dysfunctional family I've ever fucking met in my life.
Well, excuse the fuck out of me.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, Jesus. You can't blame him. He just threw coffee on us. Why not? She blames me for everything else. I'm moving to Louisiana, Dad. I'm moving, you fat son of a bitch. I'm fucking
Big goddamn door, man. Hey, you don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Fuck you! Not as big as yours.
I must say that I feel like Michael's reaction after the coffee was thrown on him seemed like an extreme overreaction. Just look at how thick the jacket he is wearing is. I don't think that would have harmed him at all. And he just instantly recovers after the spill. If I had to collect some videos to prove that the Angry Grandpa show was all acting, this would definitely be one of them. Angry Ads. Angry Ads is a channel created by Michael featuring Grandpa doing advertisements for fake items.
Are you still tired of getting rained on? That's why you need Bag 2! Bag 2 will shield you from water hose, soda, egg, steak sauce.
You goddamn bitch! Are you fucking crazy?
Mustard.
Alright, no.
Oatmeal. Gravy mix. Domestic violence.
You crazy motherfucker, get away!
Big wheel. Garbage.
What the fuck?
And charcoal. Bag will also shield you from
I got back. Do you?
Bag is not a real product. It should never be purchased. We do not sell bag. We just made something fake. If you call the number, you're stupid. Do not put bag over your head. If you do, you will die, okay? Don't be stupid.
Mailbag Monday Human Organs. I did say that I couldn't find any information for this in the last video, and I did say that this was another entry Zilchi made up for dramatic effect. However, Jonathan, one of Angry Grandpa's grandchildren, reached out to me on Twitter saying he wanted to be in a video. I tried several times to schedule an interview with him, but he kept rescheduling and has now seemed to have ghosted me on Twitter. Anyway, he did mention that his uncle got human organs in the mail, which is really fucking disturbing. I'm not sure whether it was Michael or Charlie that got the organs in the mail. So, there is some truth to this entry even though it was meant to be a joke. XX Cigar OXX. This one is not to be confused with XLX Cigar OXLX, which was Michael's account on Break.com. XX Cigar OXX was Michael's original YouTube channel. He made the channel in 2007, but it was terminated in 2009. He would then go on to make the Angry Grandpa Show channel in 2010. XX Cigaro XX is where the Super Bowl chili video I talked about in the last video came from. I've also seen many comments from a Redditor u/Winota_the_beaver. They said that they watch Angry Grandpa since the beginning and they remember a lot from the original YouTube channel. You should take what I'm about to read with a grain of salt because there is no evidence to prove it, but I think it is important to mention. I started watching them on YouTube way back when they first started and their YouTube channel was called XX Cigaro XX. Very little from that channel still exists on YouTube. People think Mike started dating Bridget when she was 15, but that is a flat out lie. She was probably 13 to 14 and Mike was already in his 20s. In the beginning, everyone thought she was his little sister and they never said that she wasn't. Michael has a long history of being a compulsive liar. Mental illness runs deep in their family. AGP, his wife Tina, Jennifer, Charlie, Mike. They all suffer from mental illness. The fact that Mike is a man in his middle 30s with 2 kids and still plays with wrestling dolls should tell you a lot about his mental state. Back in the day, they used to be way more unhinged on YouTube because there were less rules and they weren't getting paid for videos. Mike one time urinated in a pot of chili and fed it to his family. These type of videos were common for them back in those days. They would upload videos like that and then delete them the next day after the backlash they received. AGP was also on videos saying the N-word and being racist, often back then, and when people called them out, again, they just deleted the videos. Mike used to tell all kinds of stories of abuse back then about how AGP beat the hell out of his sisters when they were growing up and how violent AGP was towards his kids. He told a story about AGP throwing a mason jar across the room and knocking out either him or his sister with it. Don't remember who. AGP was also very abusive to his wife Tina, both verbally and physically. They also told many stories about how they used to con people and scam for money. They would often beg for money on the channel, because they were very poor back then, and post a PayPal email address for people to send money to. They used to open fan mail just looking for money and throw away everything else because they didn't care about their fans and would say that on camera. Bottom line, the Green family are just not good people, and never have been. Michael is just about as lazy and greedy as they come. Once they made YouTube partners, they deleted the old channel and all the videos so it wouldn't make them look bad. A user in the Discord named Sandstew found a way back archive of XX Cigaro XX, and you can see there are 4 comments left by the same person. These comments confirm the racism allegations and mention another very unhinged video. Toenail removal. If you've made it this far, I want to ask you to subscribe because it was extremely painful watching these videos. Obviously I can't show any of the footage of this, but there is a compilation on YouTube called Angry Grandpa Toenail Removal Video Collection, where there are several clips of Angry Grandpa removing fungal infected toenails with a combination of his own hands and goddamn pliers. These videos contain blood spattering everywhere, and close-up shots of the removed toenail and bloody nail bed. On the topic of this, I'll mention the time Angry Grandpa removed his cyst from his stomach. I can't show footage of this either, but feel free to watch it. Jennifer even reacted to the toenail videos and threw up several times. Angry Grandpa's still alive theory. This is a bizarre theory that Angry Grandpa didn't die in 2017 and just wanted to retire from YouTube. There is no grounds for this theory at all. I mean, his appearance in the Thanksgiving dinner video does not lie. The videos show that he didn't live the healthiest life either. Michael Freestyle Vlog. There is a removed video by the name Freestyle Rapping with Tina, but you can still find it on the channel. It got renamed to Freestyle Rapping. Bridget smuggling Xanax. On June 9th, 2014, Bridget was arrested for smuggling Xanax and other narcotics in her anus. However, the only place I could find this information is the McJuggernuggets wiki, so it is probably just slander, since it's never been mentioned before. Grandpa's near-death experiences. In a video called Angry Grandpa's Near-Death Experience, AGP talks about how during a surgery to remove his hernia, he died on the operating table. He was in a coma for 3 weeks. His daughter Kimberly came home from New York to see him and demanded him to wake up, and he actually did. During this coma, he says that he saw demons.
And I was in a coma. One day they tell the old lady, they say, you know, you really ought to think about going to the funeral home and making arrangements. He said, because we don't think he's going to make it. My blood pressure was high, my damn heart was giving him problems. Mostly my lungs, you know, much as I smoked, my lungs were all fucked up anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, old grandma, you know, she went down to the funeral home and she was talking to him. This went on for like 3 weeks. Finally, all of a sudden, man, my daughter came from fucking New York, Kimberly. And everybody done give me up for dead. My daughter started, God damn you, Daddy. Wake your fat fucking ass up, you son of a bitch. Who the fuck you think you are? You gonna leave all of us and we gonna be alone without you? Wake your old ass up. Dad, I love you. We all love you. Wake up. I woke up. I get missed to tell the story. Nurse told Kimberly, says, they came running in the room because my damn, they had me hooked up to monitors that was showing outside in the damn nurse's station. And all of a sudden, vital signs started coming back. I had a pulse again. I was living. They went in, and Kimberly said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset him." Nurse said, "Hell no. You do whatever it is you're doing, because you making him wake up." Hard story to tell. And there I was. My eyes were open. I was looking around at my daughter. By then, Tina and the other kids came in, you know, my grandkids. And I started telling them what I seen. This is going to be a long vlog, so y'all might just open your beer, get you a cup of coffee, smoke a cigarette, whatever the fuck you got to do, because it's going to be a few minutes. Old grandpa, boy, I started telling stories, man. The demons, man. There were demons in every corner of my fucking room. They were sitting in my bed. They were saying, "Come on, Grand Charlie. Come on, Charlie, you mine. You next. Come on. We waiting on you. We waiting on you." There was a demon on my bed. There was a demon on my nightstand. There was a demon everywhere. Them demons were waiting on me. It's strange. Before that surgery, I didn't give a fuck about nobody. You could have needed 50 cents and I'd have laughed at your ass, because I wouldn't give you shit. I always thought there was an ulterior motive to everything anybody done for me. But them demons scared me. Them demons were after my ass. I mean, I knew I was going to hell. All of a sudden, man, there was a light. I started falling. And you've heard the story of a lot of people, but I actually experienced it. I was falling, and the light was so bright. My God, man, sunglasses wouldn't even stop that light as bright as it was. There was my mama, I talked to her, my dad, my grandmother, people from the past, a girl that I knew when I was young who committed suicide. She was there. You know, I hadn't even thought of her about them, you know, but she's with me now. She talks to me now. People say you're crazy, but nah, I ain't crazy. I was falling. The light was so bright. I kept falling. All of a sudden, man, it got so goddamn bright. I had to like, And a voice came from nowhere and says, "Not now, Charlie. Maybe later, but not now." And I woke up.
Bridget's Reddit thread. I covered this in the last video, but I thought I should also mention that Michael contributes in the subreddit himself. And if you forgot what this subreddit is, it's a subreddit dedicating to posting pictures of Bridget in a lewd way, which I can't help but call strange. He also revealed that Bridget is bisexual and they have threesomes with other girls, which, why would you even share that? Grandpa had a stoma. A stoma is an artificial opening made in the abdomen to remove waste directly from the body. It is believed that Angry Grandpa got this after he fell ill with dumping syndrome from his gastric bypass surgery. That could explain the scar on his stomach, but I think it's more likely that the scar on his stomach was from when they removed his hernia. I looked up scars from each of these procedures and the hernia scar looks most similar to what he has on his stomach. The gastric bypass is also what contributed to his massive weight loss, of course. According to Grandpa, at one point he was 800 pounds, and even needed to use a wheelchair for mobility. On the topic of proper surgery, I'll mention that Angry Grandpa had a failed tracheotomy. In a video called "My Wallet Was Destroyed," Michael explains how Grandpa had to get a tracheotomy because he smoked so much. The tube hooked up to him pissed him off, so one day he just ripped it out. This caused him to make a noise Michael reenacts here.
Sound. It would go.
Sounds a lot like a FNAF jump scare. Bonus story. After this incident, they went to eat at a Chinese place, and the wheezing Angry Grandpa did made one of the chefs from the kitchen come outside with a knife, and he was covered in blood, thinking it was a cat. And a year later, the place closed down because the corpses of cats were found in their freezer. Left kids in a car. In a video titled "We Had to Call 911" on the KidBehindACamera channel, Michael talks about a time where they accidentally locked their children in a car. This entry being so low on this iceberg makes it seem like some sort of evil act, but it was just a mistake. Bridget was sitting alone in the car with the children, and she went outside to take a phone call and the car automatically locked itself, so they had to call someone to open it up. Charlie gave drugs to nephews. In a deleted video called "Writing Him Out of Our Lives," Michael talks to the boys after the LSD incident, and they tell him that Charlie gave them weed and alcohol. Charlie also slammed Jonathan, one of Jenny's children and his own nephew, into a door, busting his nose. He even threatened to beat up JC if he didn't smoke at a family gathering. The depths. Occultist is an unknown, a foreshadowed, individual who seeks the topics that have gone beyond the labyrinth. You have became the unknown. r/Bridget West started by Charlie. I did bring this up in the last video without any information, but I got a comment in my community by Warbringer2187. He said he was a mod in the r/Bridget West subreddit and it was not run by Charlie. In fact, neither of the subreddits were ran by Charlie. I'm going to skip this one because it's just there for dramatic effect and to sound ominous. I've also crossed out conspiracy theories because everything on this tier and the one under are conspiracy theories. AGP predicted by Bible. Somebody in the comments section of the last video gave this quote. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I don't think Angry Grandpa is exactly Jesus Christ. Maybe he is to you. Perhaps there is an Angry Grandpa religion out there. Another commenter said he was predicted in the second book of Enoch. However, I do not know where exactly. On the contrary, somebody said that they couldn't find any information about this in the Old Testament or the New Testament. What do you think? The Ebola prank is heavily censored. This refers to how the video "Grandpa's Got Ebola" prank has many cuts and is damning proof of the channel being fake. I wish I could just say the acting from Michael in this is terrible, but that's not technically proof, so let me break it down. The first cut here was completely unnecessary.
Go! No, turn that off!
As you can see, there is a cut and then the lights turn off. If you were to remove the cut, the scene would be almost seamless. The only explanation in this cut would be a fail in the script. Another cut right here.
Just go home and let me rest.
This one I can't tell how much time passed, but this could be just Michael trimming fat to make the video shorter, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. This cut here could just be another fat trimming. However, the following one is suspicious. If you look at Angry Grandpa's right hand here, it's dry. Then there is a cut and his hand is covered in blood.
Oh, oh God. Okay.
Oh my God.
So they obviously cut to apply blood on his hand here. Also, before I cover the next cut, I just wanted to say, why the hell hasn't Michael called 911 yet? This may be just me, but if I see a loved one coughing up blood, I'm calling immediately. Before this cut, you can hear that Grandpa is out of fake blood in his mouth.
We should.
And after his cut, he spits out more blood.
Oh my.
After this cut, more blood appears in Grandpa's mouth.
Come on, let's get you up. Come on. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Also, another note, you can see a cup of fake blood behind the toilet here. Granted, that could have been intended to only be hidden from Michael. Same thing here, another cut with magically more fake blood.
Okay, dude, what the hell is wrong?
Oh my God!
There is one last cut here, and I believe that is to refresh the memory of the script once again.
Oh my God!
Dead links in the description. One of the dead links I found was a link to the AngryGrandpaShow.net in the description of the Angry Grandpa live Halloween chat video. Another dead link is the GoFundMe page to Super Sadie. I also found dead links to the AngryGrandpaShow.net on several other videos. And I found a similar URL just called AngryGrandpa.net on a video called Angry Grandpa Hates Packing Shirts. Apparently there was a website to an Angry Grandpa fan club according to the description of this video. The link is of course dead. A more recent website to have gone down would be theangrygrandpa.com. It seems that the AngryGrandpaShow.net URL was only posted in the description of videos posted in 2011 and 2012. Grandpa's misunderstood possession is just there to seem mysterious, so let's go to Angry Grandpa died in 2015. We know Angry Grandpa obviously didn't die in 2015, and I don't think that entry is trying to say that. But around 2014 and early 2015 is when, in my opinion, the quality of the content began to decline. I know visually the quality got better, but I didn't really like how each video had the same soundtrack played over everything. I liked the older videos from the previous houses due to the lack of background music, and that made it feel more raw to me. Unintentional rage. This was another entry that made me think, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is referring to. I think unintentional rage must assume that a video is already scripted. So, the unintentional rage would be Angry Grandpa getting mad at something outside of the script. He is actually bipolar, so this is very plausible. I had a conversation in my comment section about this with crispy_bongo mapping 2344. An example of this unintentional rage could be in the caramel onion prank, where Michael intends for Grandpa to get upset after eating an onion covered in caramel. After Grandpa gets upset about the onion, he eats a caramel-covered tomato that was meant for Bridget, and this ensues another rage. Another example could be Angry Grandpa vs. DirecTV, where he has a meltdown and then he tells Michael that he didn't mean to blow like that. The safe from the McJuggernuggets collab. In Psycho Dad vs. Angry Grandpa, Jesse breaks into Michael's pool house before he gets there and finds a safe sitting in the corner. Psycho Dad throws the safe on the ground during the meltdown and it pops in half. In KidBehindACamera Fights McJuggernuggets, Jesse opens the safe off camera without stating what is inside. All we know is that Jesse can't do anything with the contents of the safe. This leads me to believe it was a personal item, since they returned the safe to Michael. This is the last time it was mentioned too. Since the collab series is fake, I don't think there was anything that interesting in the safe. For all we know, there could have been nothing, and I think that's exactly what it was. I'm not going to try and pronounce this because I don't want to butcher it, but it translates to, "We will see one son. Everything on earth is a malicious ball." And it is a troll. It has nothing to do with Angry Grandpa. AGP hates Chris Price. There is a video on YouTube with this title, In this video, we see Grandpa sitting at a table with Jennifer and he's holding a baseball bat. The camera pans over to Jennifer and her left eye is swollen. The entire video consists of angry Grandpa cussing up a storm and threatening Chris Price. Chris Price was the Green family's next door neighbor in Trailwood and Jennifer's ex-boyfriend. As you can tell from the video, he would physically abuse Jennifer. He was arrested after giving Jennifer the black eye you see in the video. I have 2 bonus entries I'll include right now. The first one I'll call VC Call with Michael. I mentioned the Angry Grandpa Discord server earlier, and at one point Michael actually joined it. Zilchi sent me a Google Drive with a screen recording of the VC Michael joined. I'll just leave a link to this in the description since it is about 20 minutes long. This one I'll call Michael Walks In on Grandpa and Tina. I got a request in my comment section for this one. There are 3 different videos posted on YouTube of Michael walking in on his parents. Yes, he walked in on them 3 different times. I can understand once, but 3? Really? Anyway, the videos are titled Angry Grandpa Sex and Shower, Sex Walk-In, and Angry Grandpa The Fake Bomb Prank. I don't know why this one is called The Fake Bomb Prank. The Abyss. You have ascended. Boeing lied about the eviction. This one is partially true. The purpose of evicting all the people from Trailwood is so Boeing could create a parking lot for their employees. But if you go to look at satellite images of Trailwood Trailer Park, you can see that less than 1/2 of the property is a parking lot. If you're going to evict an entire community, I'd assume you're going to use the entire space. Leaving that much room is just like hitting all the former residents across the face with a metal pipe, especially considering how many families became homeless after the ordeal. The ghost is responsible for the LSD incident. This is a theory because almost immediately after Michael destroyed the Ouija board without saying goodbye, the LSD incident would happen. Grandpa's health would also severely decline after the use of the board. The 7th child. When I heard this, I immediately thought of Angry Grandpa's children and grandchildren. To this day, there are 4 boys from Jennifer, a boy and a girl from Michael, 2 girls from Kimberly, and a girl from Charlie. That makes 9, so it probably isn't that. Most know about Angry Grandpa's 4 children, and not many know about Dawn Michelle. I mentioned her in the last video. There is one more though. On the video called Grandpa's Road Trip to Colombia, he talks to a man named John who he claims to be his adopted son. John makes his second and most recent appearance in a video called Confronting My Brother. Michael says that John was their neighbor in Gaston, South Carolina, and Grandpa loved him so much that he made him part of the family. Michael and Jennifer went to see him in this video to get help fixing Grandpa's house. If you want to count the long-lost son from this prank, then that does make 7 kids. 2007 alternate reality. It's generally accepted that the only Angry Grandpa video from 2007 is the Christmas disaster, and I could see why this theory was conceived. This is one of the only videos shown in Nosy Neighbor's home. Also, Bridget isn't in this video either, since this is before her and Michael met. So, in 2007 there was an entirely different cast of characters, hence why this alternate reality theory makes sense. Obviously this is a joke entry, but I didn't want to just leave it at that, so that's why I reached a little with some of the evidence. Honestly, to me all of Trailwood seems like an alternate reality. Mainly the camera quality gives the vibe of a different universe. Michael's secret room. The only times I've heard the words secret and room used together from my watches of the videos was in the KidBehindACamera fights McJuggernuggets video, where Michael brings McJuggernuggets into the green wrestling room to fight. I think the wrestling room in general would be the secret room. He's had it at multiple houses, and it is supposed to be a secret from Grandpa because, yeah, you remember the last time Grandpa found out about the wrestling room.
What are you doing? What? Stop! Toy boy! Hey, guess what?
Get out!
We did it again. Resume what you were doing.
Trance event. A trance event is a gathering of people who enjoy trance music. A rave, for a lack of a better term. I didn't find any information to indicate anybody in the family attending a trance event, unless you consider this clip from a vlog called Dancing with Angry Grandpa. If you are prone to flashing lights, please do not watch this part.
Whoa! Back in 1969, I was fucked up.
Wait a minute, isn't today the anniversary of Woodstock?
Woodstock, 1969, today.
You were there, weren't you?
Hell yeah!
Well, what was you doing right now?
Right now, I was fucked up, man. I didn't know what I was doing.
Let's see how it looks if I turn on a light with it. Oh, it takes away the effect.
What?
So you're probably dropping acid about right now, sucking a dick.
I don't know about the dick. Who knows what I was doing while I was fucked up? Might have. I don't know.
myangryfather.org. According to a deleted Redditor, My Angry Father was the name of a blog where Michael would rant about Angry Grandpa. This is the only information I found about this topic, and I couldn't find any screenshots of the website on the way back. There was an entry similar to this one before it got removed from this iceberg. It was just called My Angry Father 2002, so I assume the blog was set up in 2002 if it actually does or did exist. I think whoever made that comment on Reddit got confused for another website, because I contacted Randspike, the person who made the Supreme Iceberg, and they confirmed it was a joke entry. The Curse of Angry Grandpa. What this sounds like to me is the theory that Angry Grandpa's death was a catalyst for several other deaths around the family. This is what the note on the iceberg says. As stated by Michael, there have been multiple incidents around the paranormal, and he states that it could be a curse. The LSD incident, Grandpa's death, what if the cause of it is a supernatural? Again, Michael is unsure that the Ouija board could be the cause of this, but ever since they started using the Ouija board again, 2 more incidents happened, such as a relative almost being burnt alive and a pet dying. This can also be helped by the haunting of Michael. Is there a curse? Congratulations, you watched the entire video. I want to thank you so much for watching, and your views mean a lot to me. You must be a really big fan if you sat through this feature-length film. Kidding. I wish it were that though. Anyway, I want to thank Zilchi and Randspike, as well as all the other commenters that were featured in this video. Go check out Randspike on icebergcharts.com, and go check out Zilchi's YouTube channel that I've left in the description. This video wouldn't be possible without them, or the several other people mentioned in the screenshots, or the fine people in the Angry Grandpa Discord server. Go ahead and join that. I've left the link in the description. Doing all this research definitely changed the way I look at KidBehindACamera. Let me know what you thought about all this in the comment section. Also comment suggestions on what videos I should do in the future. And remember everybody, to be the change you want to see in the world and to be kind. Thank you for watching.
Get